Dial star 2020. France Eye Care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. I've been to Dr. France and his team for a LASIK procedure. Family members have been there for cataract surgery, and no one can perform a better procedure than Dr. France and his team anywhere in Southwest Florida. They know how important it is to not only clear the blurry view caused by cataracts, but to provide patients with solutions tailored to meet their individual needs. And because no two eyes are alike, Dr. France and his team will determine the best lens technology for you and your eyes to make sure you have the best results. Maybe you need clear vision at near, far, and in-between distances, or an extended depth of focus solution for driving at night. Whatever it is, you can trust your eyes with France Eye Care. Experience matters. The latest technology matters. Call France Eye Care today. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone or call 239-418-0999.
France Eye Care.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army. 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
.com.
A win for the White House. I'm Pam Huso, Fox News. A bipartisan bill signing will happen later today.
More than a week after the House gave final approval, Democrats and Republicans are invited to a White House bill signing. President Biden officially signs into law that $1.2 trillion infrastructure package, investing new money into roads, bridges, water systems, public transit, and broadband. The Senate passed the bill with 19 Republicans joining every Democrat back in August. But the measure sat for weeks in the House as Democrats negotiated a larger social spending package that House Democrats say they intend to pass this week. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Republicans remain uniformly opposed to the social spending plan.
The problem is the Democrats are now saying we want to go all in with this massive tax and spending bill, which is going to harm American families.
Senator John Barrasso on ABC's This Week. The White House maintains the inflation we're seeing is the result of the pandemic and not the president's policies. More heartache in Houston. A 9-year-old boy has died after suffering injuries at the Astro World Music Festival. The number of dead from that event, now 10. Nearly 100 lawsuits have been filed. Closing arguments today in a high-profile Wisconsin murder case.
Both the prosecution and defense will make their final case here in Kenosha County on innocence or guilt on 6 charges for 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse over 3 shootings, 2 fatal during last year's Kenosha riots, in which prosecution witnesses corroborated the defense's case, and that saw Judge Bruce Schroeder unload on prosecutors for discussing banned evidence.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. America's listening to Fox News.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
A clear, quiet commute across most of Southwest Florida. No problems up and down I-75 or US 41. If you're getting ready to take the area bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers, should only take about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. And we are crash and incident-free so far across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Do you value professionalism and punctuality? Want to learn from and work with the best pros in the electrical industry? Then you're just who we're looking for. Mr. Sparky is seeking hardworking, committed, and trustworthy individuals. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training. So come join our team at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
An equal opportunity employer.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now, you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 system saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
Been thinking about natural biologic therapies to treat your chronic joint pain? Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics.
To me, it is such an easy decision. If you are truly looking to avoid surgery and not treat yourself with Band-Aids like steroids and pain meds, then really there is no other option, and that's what I love so much about what I get to do.
QC Kinetics offers a variety of restorative natural options to rejuvenate the tissue in your joints and give you your life back.
When they come back a few months later, and it's so affirming to see their quality of life change in such a positive way.
Are you tired of the joint pain that keeps you from living your best life? Call QC Kinetics to learn more about these exciting restorative and regenerative options.
And you've been looking for an answer, something to avoid surgery. I'm just giving you the answer you've been looking for. QC Kinetics. Kinetics is energy in motion. We want to keep you in motion.
Get your free consultation today with QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talking text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program, subscribing to the podcast. And, Jake, it's a Monday. How you feeling today? You feeling good? You had a nice weekend? Got here.
Yes, very good, very good.
You got here safe, which is a good thing. I always worry about that with that vehicle, yours, although you have a different vehicle today. So
for the time being, yes.
For the time being, a different vehicle. So he is feeling pretty good. Everybody's ready to go on this Monday. It's like, does it feel like the stretch to the home stretch to Thanksgiving, to the holiday season? Are you feeling that? Are you starting to get that impression that that's where we are right now? Like,
Baja humbug.
No, bah humbug. How do you you can't bah humbug No. You can't bah humbug Thanksgiving. That's
right.
only Christmas. I don't know what you do when, what's the equivalent? If you want to call 239-479-5592 or text, what's the equivalent to bah humbugging Christmas except at Thanksgiving? So you're not excited about Thanksgiving, so you give the bah humbug to it like Jake's doing. And I bet you I know why Jake's probably feeling this way. You want to know why? It's because
why?
Well, but it's because it's because of Joe Biden. It's Biden's America.
LGB.
That's let's go, Brandon, right?
LGB. This means let's go, Brandon. Joe. LGB.
Sounds like let's go, Brandon, I guess.
LGB. All right. Let's go, Brandon.
And speaking of the grocery store, how much more is Thanksgiving going to cost us this year?
I think this could be the most expensive Thanksgiving that we've had in history. It's going to...
It's only going to be the most expensive Thanksgiving we ever had in history. History's a long time. I mean, history goes way back through history. There's a lot.
To start front and center with your turkey, which is going to cost 20 or 30 or 40% more. This due to corn prices.
All right, no big deal. So instead of turkey, eat tofurkey. What about that? Instead of eating turkey, Jake, why not eat the tofu version of turkey? It looks the same. It doesn't taste the same, but it looks the same, and we can go there maybe.
And labor shortages, but pie, coffee, dinner rolls, even baking goods like vanilla extract are going to cost a lot of money. And just
hey, how's I don't know. Let's see. Can we eat some baking powder? Can we just eat the powder? How about some baking soda? That's usually pretty inexpensive. Can we just? Well, no, that's not. You don't eat baking soda. Don't do that for Thanksgiving. But I'm just trying to figure out water. Can we? How about water out of the tap? Can we just have everybody have a nice glass of water for Thanksgiving? Where do we go to stop this price thing going on here?
A year ago, to feed a family of 10, it was only $47 for a Thanksgiving dinner in 2020. I think the price is going to be up in the range of 30% this year, and right around the corner, Christmas trees.
No. We're not going to the Christmas trees yet. This guy's ready to jump into Christmas trees. What are you doing? That's on CNN there. America's prices are surging more than they have in 30 years, but no big deal. It's everything is fine here.
LGB.
Not necessarily. I mean, everybody sees what's going on. And it is starting to show itself, present itself to the American people in the form of the Biden meltdown. A new Iowa poll, the Biden results versus Trump 2024. Things are not looking really good, even if you're talking about 2024 and some of the polling that's out right now. There was an ABC News Washington Post poll that found that Republicans have a 10-point lead when looking at who people thought they would be voting for in the midterms. Take a second and let that sink in. A 10-point lead in the midterms. So you're going across the country now, and you're seeing people who are looking at Republican congressional candidates and are ready to take them over the Democrat by 46 to 38% on average. Do you understand what kind of numbers we're talking about here? Do you understand what kind of damage you have to be doing to the economy, jobs, safety and security of the American people? Do you realize how hard you have to try to get people to do that on average? A 10-point lead across the board for Republicans? Because Republicans do something really well. If we're going to be come closer to the radio. Come here. Don't be afraid of me. Come here. It's okay. We're family. Can we just be honest about something? All right, here you go. Republicans are really good at snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. You just saw it last week. They're really good at taking something that is just handed to them. And it's like, listen, you don't have to do anything. Just don't mess it up. Don't breathe. Don't look at me. Don't do anything. Just keep going. Just keep walking. Keep walking towards 2022. Don't do anything to mess this up. And they'll figure it out. They'll figure out a way to mess this up. I mean, look at the date. Look at the calendar. I mean, I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm wrong. But we're looking at the polling numbers and we're seeing what's happening here. Even with 2024, if Trump were to run against Joe Biden, it wouldn't even be close, everybody. Donald Trump defeated Joe Biden in Iowa by 8 percentage points during the 2020 election. A new Des Moines Register Mediacom Iowa poll shows Trump would beat Biden by 11 percentage points if a rematch were held today. So there's a lot of reasons for that.
True international average of pressure.
That's one of them. Of course, having to eat tofurkey instead of, what is it? It's tofurkey, right? Yeah, tofurkey instead of my regular turkey this year. Because although I have to admit, you can mold Spam to look just like turkey. You wouldn't even know the difference. I'll bet you they have molds for that. Jay, can you look it up? Can you see if they have turkey molds? Turkey molds. Just like Google it. I'll bet you they do. And all you have to do is get a bunch of, the problem is I don't even know what Spam costs right now. Can't even imagine where we're at there. Do they have turkey molds? They do, right? How they look?
You know how they have like
what?
Like cookie molds?
Yeah, right. It doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, it just looks like a turkey.
Well, that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking.
I know, but it's not like a big turkey. It just like has the shape of a turkey, like a bagog, like the turkey.
Like a bagog? Like a bagog? Did you just say like a bagog? So in other words, it's a whole. It's the whole turkey, the neck and the head and everything, as opposed to one that's been broiled deliciously in your oven. That's what you're saying. The mold looks like a turkey. All right, never mind. We're getting away from that. The point is that it's a hot mess out there for this administration. Just trying to figure out where the pluses are. Where are the positives? Heck, if you're a Democrat, where are your positives? I mean, ultimately, you do care about the country, right? That's where you are. You care about the safety and security of your family. And we care about what is going on in this country in a lot of different ways. For example, you have to really try to have a Des Moines Register Mediacom Iowa poll that says Trump has a double-digit lead over Biden, 11 points, 51-40 if he were to run again. 10-point lead across the board for Republicans in the midterms. You got to really try really hard to get to that place. It doesn't just happen. And some of the factors that we see are very, very obvious. The prices of just your average goods, Thanksgiving dinner and the like. We get it. You have the issue of how we're coming back from the vaccine mandates. There's a story about that as well. You may be interested to find out that Ron Klain, the White House chief of staff, retweeted a post from MSNBC and Stephanie Ruhle. Otherwise, well, I was going to say Stephanie Toole. It's pretty close if you're thinking about how she is. And had to do with President Biden's vaccine mandate. And now we come to find out that the court was looking at that retweet and said, you know what? Your itchy Twitter finger maybe helped derail the latest vaccine mandate in court. I'm kind of digressing here, but I want to get to this story. A September 9th retweet from Ron Klain, the White House chief of staff, was cited as a key piece of evidence in this blistering ruling that happened on Friday. I don't know if you know this, from the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans, passed President Biden's staggeringly overbroad rule forcing us paused the president's staggering overbroad rule. That's what they called it in quotes, forcing COVID-19 vaccines on millions of Americans. That's right. So there is a court in a court of appeals. I'm telling you, it's going to the Supremes, everybody. But yeah, the pause on the staggeringly overbroad rule of vaccine mandates for millions of people. And Ron Klain, the White House chief of staff, decided to retweet something that MSNBC and Stephanie Ruhle put out. And I'm trying to think of what, when she said that it's the ultimate workaround to avoid sticky constitutional challenges using OSHA. Can I say that again? The White House chief of staff retweets a tweet by MSNBC's Stephanie Ruhle, who said this whole vaccine mandate by the president of the United States and what he's doing using OSHA is brilliant. What a great move. You enforce it by using OSHA. You do that as, quote, the ultimate workaround to avoid sticky constitutional challenges. Yeah, you don't want to retweet that kind of thing, everybody, because when you retweet that, then a judge might say that you got an interesting bias here. And the fact that you think that you know that it's unconstitutional, but you think it's no big deal. Yeah, I might have something to say about that, and they did, which is a good thing for us. And ultimately, we want it to go to the Supreme Court because it's not constitutional. No way, no how. Sorry. But I digress. What other things? Well, I wanted to play this audio because on top of all of this is the culture war. And I've said it a million times. And I know that there are people in this town right now. They may not be here today, but they've been here. Politicians who listen to the sound of my voice, and you know who you are. And I'm just telling you, if you want to grow the Republican tent, you do it by fighting the culture war. That is the battle that you will win, and you'll win people, converts to the Republican Party. Independents and Democrats will come to you because they don't like what's going on. One of the things they don't like what's going on is what has happened in the past with Antifa and Black Lives Matter and some of the way that we, the American people, were treated last year when there were riots and destruction of property and burning of buildings and trying to burn down federal buildings, and people were not, I'm talking about governments, specifically cities, were not doing anything to stop these individuals from doing this. You know, we're looking ahead to Kenosha. Kenosha, Wisconsin is going to be a really tough place to be in the next couple of days as we prepare for the Kyle Rittenhouse case and the verdict in this case, where now we're talking about lesser charges, maybe second-degree charges instead of first-degree charges against Kyle Rittenhouse. The prosecution's actually asking for that. And how they've got to get some kind of victory out of this, something out of this, because the cities will burn. There will be bloodshed, and that's not my words. Dan Bongino, our good friend, had a Black Lives Matter activist on the program over the weekend on Unfiltered, his great program. And you may have checked the episode out. On the heels of the New York City mayor-elect Eric Adams, who said, listen, we're going to reinstate plainclothes anti-crime police units in this out-of-control city of ours, and all the violence that's going on, we're getting back to some law and order in this place. And you have some people who didn't like that. One is Black Lives Matter New York City leader Hawk Newsom, who threatened Adams over the reinstatement, and he said there'll be riots and bloodshed. If they think they're going back to the old ways of policing, then we're going to take the streets again. There's going to be riots, there's going to be fires, there's going to be bloodshed. That's what he said. And so Dan had Hawk Newsom on the program because, listen, we want to clear things up, right? Nobody wants bloodshed. Nobody wants riots in the streets, right? Like, why would you want that? Why would you desire to have that? Clearly, you don't have individuals who are calling for riots. I mean, that would be a horrible thing. You wouldn't want to do that, would you? So Dan giving Hawk Newsom, Black Lives Matter New York City activist, the opportunity to say, no, of course this isn't what we want, and succinctly and clearly explain the position of Black Lives Matter in New York City. And when people hear this, this is part of the frustration that they have, not just with political parties, but as a whole, who's doing what in the country to stop things like this from happening? I mean, listen to this exchange.
So you don't want riot prep, just to be test clear. Prep. And there's just one other part to this. We could take people from housing projects who are caught up in the public assistance system, and we can give these people job skills. Right? You don't want riots, correct? And violence. I just want to get you on the record here. Hawk. Let me explain something to you. I just want to get you on the record. You don't want violence or bloodshed. I'm going on the record right now. I'm going on the record right now. As Dr. King said, riots are the voice of the unheard. It's a natural occurrence that if people continue to be traumatized and oppressed, they will lash out. That's it. Do you condemn violence or not? But they shouldn't lash out, correct? Dan, what I'm telling you is, right? What I'm telling you is,
Come on.
The Boston Tea Party was a riot. It was because people were fed up. So they took to
I'm
the
not asking
to
about the
streets
Boston
and
Tea
died.
Party, Hawk.
No, but
I'm asking you a simple
what you're talking to me
question.
about is...
Do you condemn
and
violence
it's amazing
or
that this
not?
is Veterans Day, and the first man to die in the fight for this country was a black man named
So you won't.
Chris
Why can't
Vasadi.
you just condemn violence? How does this
Why
help?
would I condemn violence?
Okay, there you go. So why would he condemn violence? And he wasn't going to. It just keeps going on and on. It's very easy. It's a simple question. See, this is the problem. We all know, you know, I know, Democrats know, Republicans know, Americans know, the American people know that we want safety, security in our neighborhoods. We don't want people to make decisions on the streets. We don't want the minority of loud voices to tell the majority what to do. We don't want people to decide that if they don't like something that's happening, whether it's a decision in Kenosha, Wisconsin with Kyle Rittenhouse, or whether it is something that's going on with our federal government, or whether it's infrastructure bills or Build Back Better or anything else. We don't want groups of individuals tearing down, burning, rioting, and destroying cities because they don't like the decisions. And again, Dan, it went on for 3 minutes to just give the simple answer. You don't want this, right? You don't want rioting. You don't want this.
I'm answering the question. I'm answering the
You're all over
question.
the place.
What-
Just
I'm answering
condemn
the question.
violence and burning of buildings down. How hard is this?
Okay, so when Osama bin Laden attacked the World Trade Center, did you say
This is
America
crap.
should deal with it
You're not answering
peacefully?
the question, man.
I'm posing
you don't
questions to
that
you.
has
You don't-
nothing
I
to
answered your
do
question.
with people burning down businesses in New York City. You're not going to answer the question, Hawk, but listen.
Wait,
I
okay,
appreciate
I'll give you this.
giving it a
I'll give
shot.
you this. I'll give you this.
No, there's nothing
I
else
don't
to get. I asked you
condone
the
it.
question 3
I
times.
don't promote it, but I will not condemn it.
Yeah, that's just cowardly, man. That's just cowardly.
No, you're
you
a
need to stand
coward.
for something.
You know what?
Yeah,
You see,
I'm
you're
a
trying
coward,
to bait
yeah.
me.
I
God
admit-
bless you, man.
yeah.
I'm out of here.
Nope.
God bless.
Yeah. You are out of here. You're right.
Jake's laughing like, but you get that the non-answer is the answer. Dan knows it. I know it. You know it. Jake knows it.
It's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy to see what the answer is. Do you fight that? I'm talking about politically, do you fight that? Do you have a strong mayor, a strong city, a strong government, a strong state that will stop that from happening? Or do you allow that to happen? And the other question is, it's a fair question. Which political party are they in? They're the ones that are allowing the violence, the riots to take place, or are they stopping? It does affect how people vote, how people decide how the country is going to go in the future. It just has consequences. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
National Economic Council Director Brian Deese says the $1.85 trillion social spending bill will pass the House this week. He added that the bill will most likely be fully paid for and that it will reduce deficits over time. Deese did admit that prices may not return to a more normal level until next year due to the effects of COVID-19. Amazon announcing Monday its 48-hour Black Friday event will feature more deals than ever before. Quiznos is stepping into the NFT market. The international fast casual restaurant will launch its out-of-this-world sandwich tokens on November 15th via Crypto.com. Proceeds from the one-day token sale will go to charity. Stocks closed higher on Friday but still ended the week lower. The recent hot streak for stocks has come to an end as investors focus on rising inflation. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Laura Cantor, invested in you.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat, Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District this weekend, November 19th through the 21st, for their Fall Diamond event. GIA loose certified diamonds at wholesale pricing, up to 55% off beautiful new trends in fashion jewelry, and 3 years interest-free financing, only at the Diamond District.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality hurricane-rated high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The Kyle Rittenhouse case expected to go to the jury this afternoon in Wisconsin, where the National Guard's on standby.
Both the prosecution and defense will make their final case here in Kenosha County on innocence or guilt on 6 charges for 18-year-old Rittenhouse over 3 shootings, 2 fatal during last year's Kenosha riots, in which prosecution witnesses corroborated the defense's case.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. And the president's social spending package could be up for consideration in the House as early as this week.
The spending bill has also fractured the president's own party. So while he will celebrate infrastructure tomorrow, the real hurdle is still ahead. Of course, Democrats were forced to change up their strategy, passing infrastructure in the House without a tandem vote on Biden's $1.85 trillion spending bill. So progressives are not happy with that.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Morning commute getting busy along I-75, especially right near Daniels Parkway and close to the Collier-Lee County line around mile marker 115 or so. Early commuters heading through Cape Coral shouldn't have much of a delay along the bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers and Midpoint, and Cape Coral Bridge running up to speed right now. In Collier County, we are dealing with a disabled vehicle at Pine Ridge Road and Napa Boulevard just off of I-75, but no crashes all across the area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the coolest start many of us have seen since April, we will see our high temperatures return back into the upper 70s this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. We'll see those highs climb into the 80s by tomorrow and continue that run of 80-degree high temperatures into the up-and-coming weekend. Isolated to scattered rain chances return on Thursday and also continue into the weekend as well. We'll see those wind speeds pick up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northeast today, with no activity expected in the tropics at least until this weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Road.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. It's Thanksgiving season, and I have a lot to be thankful for. I thank God every day I'm an American, and I live in the great state of Florida, surrounded by all the beautiful people that live here in Southwest Florida. I also thank God for my family and friends, and my Rotary Club in LaBelle, and all the things that we're able to do to help our community. Every day when I wake up, I smile at my beautiful wife, Holly, and I'm thankful for the life we've made together. I hope you have a reason to thank God this Thanksgiving and share that reason with your family and friends. At Kobe Cooling, we're thankful for our family of customers and all the people that we interact with every day. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Families serving families. Happy Thanksgiving from all the Kobe's at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you've heard me talk about DeVoe and their long tradition with Cadillac, now serving Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated dealership for more than 50 years. Now, right from the beginning, the DeVoe family, well, they have embraced commitment to the quality that Cadillac represents, and I've owned a bunch of them in my life, and it shows. They've always stepped up as a generous corporate partner. Right now, DeVoe Cadillac is planning their all-American holiday celebration to benefit wounded warriors of Collier County. How great is that? This will be an amazing event. It has live music from the Johnny Rogers Band. That's at 4:30. Followed by top 5 voice finalist Ben Allen and his band from 6:30 to 9. Tickets are only $75. That includes food and drink. All proceeds go to Wounded Warriors of Collier County. Thanks to our friends at DeVoe Cadillac. Check them out at DeVoeCadillac.com for more information and tickets. Get to know DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right there in Naples.
Avid golfer Cam Warren played with joint pain for as long as he could.
Couldn't play golf for any extended period of time without braces and pain and chewing Advil for the entire day.
Then he turned to steroids.
Cortisone would last a few months, but it just inevitably came right back. Got to the point where I would have to wear ice packs to bed.
When the word surgery came up, Cam started looking elsewhere, and he found QC Kinetics. Natural biologic therapies, regenerative treatments that can repair and restore damaged tissue. With no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. And now,
very proud to say that it has definitely changed my life. I've played 36 holes multiple days in a row without pain. Everything is great.
Call QC Kinetics now to schedule your free consultation.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go. Serving up to 6 with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins, and as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Are you going nowhere fast in a dead-end career? Or maybe you're concerned about maintaining your current lifestyle during retirement. Ever thought about self-employment as a career option? Hello, I'm business broker Bruce Violet. Self-employment just may be your best option going forward in order to secure your family's financial future. I can help you answer the question, is self-employment right for you? I currently have hundreds of businesses available, including affordable home-based businesses. I'll cut through all the clutter to find that perfect business match for you based on your background and income goals. And I work with all clients personally. Need a plan B? Then think B for Bruce. Thinking of buying a business or selling a business? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or see me online at OpportunityU.com. That's 800-980-2040 or OpportunityU.com. Are you you ready for the next version of you? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or opportunityu.com.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
A judge on Friday officially ended Britney Spears' conservatorship after 13 years. The media is very excited that she's back on her feet so they can knock her right back down again.
That is, it's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true. So in case you're following it or really don't care, like most of you don't, here's the thing. She's had a conservatorship. You can imagine why that would be the case. Britney Spears, her life since the early 2000s. Let's just say a little up and down. Is that safe to say, Jake? A little up and down. There was a little bit of crazy, the music and some of the videos and some of the things and some unfortunate situations. And there were a lot of things going on where they were like, we probably have to put this all in conservatorship because we're kind of concerned about her mental stability. There were times that they were worried about that early on. So 13 years later, now everything is fine. And what has she been doing lately? She's
posing nude.
Yep, little nude pictures of her nude tush on TikTok and things like that. And everything is great. Best day ever. Just putting that out there. But listen, we've got other issues going on right now. It's Biden's America, right? LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yep. What's going on now?
Costs are going up much faster in middle America, so in many cases, the people who can least afford it are being hit the hardest. We've all been focusing on that headline 6.2% inflation figure, but there are 19 states in the middle of the country experiencing price increases above 7%.
Listen, it's just transitory. In other words, it's just temporary. It's just because everybody's sitting on the sidelines due to COVID. That's all it is. But once we get up and running, oh man, if everybody would just get the vax. Just get the shot. Just get the jab. If you'd all just get the jab, we can get back to... I'm telling you, it just really feels like something's not right here. Stephen Moore was on with us. He was someone who was part of the administration talking about economy, the Trump administration. Back when the president was in office, he wrote the book Trumponomics, and we had a conversation on Friday about what was happening with the economy and the concerns that many people had. And in case you missed that interview, I started the conversation talking about how all of these things have come together. The issues of, like we just described, 19 states in the middle of the country experiencing price increases of about 7%. Packages of building back broken and infrastructure and all the money that's being spent and what is happening with jobs in the economy and long-term inflation and what is happening. It's just unbelievable, some of the things that are going on.
Yeah, well, it's right now I'd have to say that it's only been 10 months, but so far I would say no president has had a worse first year in office, at least in my time, than Joe Biden. It's catastrophic what's happening to our country. Yeah. You just look at what's happening at the border. You look what's the incredible fiasco of Afghanistan that has made America so much more prone to terrorist attacks, and then you've got the inflation problem, the debt problem, the crime problem. It's really a sad situation right now. But as you know, I was senior advisor to Trump on the economy. I've served on his economic recovery task force, so I spent a lot of time with him, many times in the Oval Office. And I loved his agenda. By the way, I mean, we created the best economy ever. I think it's so interesting, isn't it? When I talk to people, even people who voted against Trump, because they didn't like, the way he acted or the way he talked. And sometimes I didn't like that either. But it's more every day I find more people saying, I didn't like Trump's the way he acted, but I liked his policies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're finding that to be true, but it's just so interesting. I like Trump's policies, so maybe we can have Trumpism without Trump. Yeah. We'll see about that. But anyway, the point is, what did we do? We deregulated the economy. We slashed tax rates on American businesses so they could be more competitive and hire more workers and compete with China and Japan and Germany. And then you mentioned the China policy, which initially I was very uneasy about it. And I would tell the president, I'm not in favor of tariffs, but, he convinced me I was wrong and he was right. Don't you think? He was right about China. China is an adversary. They are an enemy of the United States and freedom around the world. And they are I think they're like Japan circa 1939 right now. I really do. Yeah. And I think saw it before anybody else did. And so I getting tough with China and standing eyeball to eyeball with President Xi is the right thing to do. We should be doing that with Russia as well. The Biden is going to make the president of Russia the wealthiest guy in the world.
Right.
Putin loves Biden because Biden's shutting down American energy. Guess who's getting rich off of that?
I know. How could he do? And this brings up another point, and I'm sure you've heard this before. I hear it all the time, and it is, and you can go through so many things when it comes to regulation and what is happening now as opposed to what people have done in the past. Recently, you brought up the MLA, the Military Lending Act, and what that's doing to our veterans and certain policies and the people that are doing, Democrats who are all on board with this, the president and those that are making these changes. And every time you hear all the things that you described, and then Joe Biden with our energy independence that has now been taken from us, and some of the other things that are happening that clearly he's doing, then you have to ask yourself, this is it feels awfully like this is by design. Like you'd have to make the things that are happening happen specifically the way they're going right now, because it's all because of the policies, and it's almost like they know it, but yet they continue to let it happen. Do you see what I'm saying? How it's planned.
And, I'm just kind of smiling when you say that, because I cannot tell you how many times I was at a major conference yesterday in North Carolina, and I talked about, the disaster of what Biden is doing, and people would come up to me afterwards. I mean, more than 50 people. Is this intentional?
Yeah.
Are they trying to destroy our country? And look, let's just take climate change, for example. I mean, Biden goes off to Glasgow. Russia and China, the two biggest polluters in the world, didn't even show up. So they don't. Do you think Russia care about climate change?
No.
All China cares about is winning world domination. They don't care about climate change. They're accountable for 5 times more pollution than the United States is. We've been reducing our pollution levels. They're massive. They have 1,000 coal plants. They're building 100 new coal plants. Every time we shut down a coal plant here, they build 10 new ones in China. So so basically Biden goes there and he just passing out American taxpayer money. India wants money. Zimbabwe wants money. All these poor countries. It's just a shakedown of the United States. Right. And Biden doesn't. Here's the key difference between Biden and Trump is every decision that Donald Trump made, and I didn't always agree with his decisions, but I believe, having been around the man quite often, that every decision was about, will this put America first? Will it put America first?
Right.
Will it benefit American workers, American companies? That's what an American president should do.
Right.
He should put America first. I'm not so sure Biden does that. Yeah. I really don't. I think that he is much more interested. He should be the head of the United Nations, not the head of the United States.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is. Other presidents were mentioned before in the same way about.
Like Obama. But you know what? Even Obama. I look back now. I mean, when you compare what Biden is doing with what Obama did, Obama spent. Remember his shovel-ready projects. Remember that the stimulus plan.
Yep.
That was $900 billion. So let's round it up to $1 trillion. So, and at the time we were aghast. How could you spend $1 trillion? Biden wants to spend $6 trillion.
Right.
Biden's making Barack Obama look like Ronald Reagan in comparison.
Yeah, and some of the things with Glasgow and climate change, and boy, don't even get me started on the supply chain issue. And I'm even talking about how the chain of how things are produced. It seems humorous to me that if you were going to go after a company like Apple or somebody who creates a product and say that your carbon footprint or taxes, well, what about all the things that happen in the chain of production? producing that product. You know, it's not like Apple comes along and a phone sits in your hand. There's a chain of products that have to be created to get to that point. And what about those people? You don't even know throughout the chain whether or not the parts of the product that's being created, that those companies, those places, those areas are satisfying this climate change policy. They're not, and they're not going to. And you'll never get to that place where you'll look at some kind of carbon neutral product, because you can't be guaranteed that in the chain of producing that product, that everybody along the chain has been doing it. It's like ludicrous.
Yeah, and then you look at the, so we're going to switch to solar power and wind power, right? And wait a minute, is there anyone who, we have a $22 trillion industrial economy. We produce cars, we produce steel, we construction, manufacturing, technology. Those are all very energy reliant. Does anybody really, really believe we're going to be able to produce all these things, $22 trillion with windmills? I mean, it is really the most ludicrous, crazy thing. We're now seeing energy shortages in the Midwest because now Biden wants to kill another pipeline. I don't know if you've been following that story, right. But now people in the Midwest are looking at 25% increase in their home heating bills this winter when it gets cold because they don't have enough natural gas. It just it boggles the mind that we would do this. We were producing, I got to jump, but I'll give you one last statistic and look forward to in there next month. Yeah. So we were producing 12 million barrels a day of oil under Trump, and we had actually become energy independent. Right. We're now down to 10 million barrels a day of production under Biden in just 1 year. That means we're producing 2 million barrels less a day because of these crazy energy policies. Well, the price of oil is $85 a barrel. So that means, if my math is right, 85 times 2 is $170 million a day. $170 million a day we're not producing. That's $1 billion a week. That's $50 billion a year that's down the drain because we're not producing the oil and gas that we were before. I mean, why? Right. Why are we doing this? Think about how many jobs are associated with $50 billion.
Right. It's all common sense, and you'd imagine that they see it. And that's why people say, you see all of this is happening. It's all common sense. We're all aware of it. It's almost as if it's by design. And it's hard to believe, but that's why people question it. Yeah. No doubt.
But you don't have. I know he wants to spend $3.5 trillion, but don't worry, folks. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Don't do it. Don't. I don't want anybody to believe you or even hint at that. Don't do it.
If you believe that, you also believe that Al Gore invented the internet. Right?
Wait, he didn't? I thought that. Okay, there's another narrative blown. Another one blown today. Stephen Moore just blowing up narratives all over the place. I can't believe it. All right. We appreciate a few minutes of your time. We look so forward to seeing you here in Southwest Florida. We'll talk about the event coming up, and I know you got to jump, so we appreciate it. All the best.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate it. $10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Get those Christmas cards with your warm message inside for our men and women serving overseas. Mel's Diner locations, drop-off locations for you. And hopefully we'll have a count by the end of the week closer to 10,000. I think we're at 2,300 plus is where we are right now. We just got to keep it going. We'll hit that 10,000 and hopefully then some. We'll see. All right, it is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Heading out along I-75 southbound right now, we have ladders reported in the roadway, mile marker 128, so heading south through the Alico Road exit, just be extra cautious out there and be sure to stay over to the side and drive a little bit slower. We also have a crash we're keeping an eye on heading through State Road 82, heading east of Alabama Road, so watch out for some slight delays right around the Lee-Collier County line, and along Ben Hill-Griffin Parkway near Estero Parkway, keeping an eye on another crash. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cool start to the morning, highs will find themselves back into the upper 70s this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're right back into the 80s, and we'll stay there throughout the remainder of this week. Rain chances returning on Thursday and sticking with us into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
True relief
for back and neck pain.
Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596 BACK. That's 596 2225.
Don't miss Louder with Crowder star Dave Landau this Friday and Saturday, live at Off the Hook Comedy Club. You've enjoyed his comedic spin and political antics paired with your like-minded views on Louder with Crowder. Now see Dave Landau from Louder with Crowder, live for 2 nights only, this Friday and Saturday at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples. This show will sell out. For tickets and showtimes, go to offthehookcomedy.com or call 389-6901. That's 389-6901.
This Friday and Saturday only at Duncan's Diamonds. We're having our multi-million-dollar holiday VIP sale. As a very important person, you come in and make your best offer. This VIP sale is your chance to negotiate the best jewelry price of a lifetime. That's right, you name the price. This is the opportunity to save big on fine jewelry and diamonds for the holidays. Choose from Duncan's Diamonds' spectacular selection of certified diamonds and diamond jewelry. 5 times the selection of other jewelry stores. Duncan's Diamonds has the best selection of designer jewelry. Just make an offer on your favorite diamonds and jewelry. This weekend is the perfect time to buy at Duncan's Diamonds Holiday VIP. You can make your best deal on all diamond rings, bracelets, diamond earrings, and more. Select diamonds will be at wholesale prices. Don't miss this opportunity. No reasonable offer will be refused. This Friday and Saturday at Duncan's Diamonds in Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Despite the temperature outside, the most wonderful time of the year is here. As Conditioned Air's 60th anniversary approaches, we're thankful for another holiday season serving Southwest Florida. Our team has been installing and maintaining air conditioning units since 1962, and we're looking forward to 2022. 60 years of keeping Southwest Florida cool. Happy Thanksgiving from the team at Conditioned Air. 1-888-CODE-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Are you going nowhere fast in a dead-end career? Or maybe you're concerned about maintaining your current lifestyle during retirement. Ever thought about self-employment as a career option? Hello, I'm business broker Bruce Violet. Self-employment just may be your best option going forward in order to secure your family's financial future. I can help you answer the question, is self-employment right for you? I currently have hundreds of businesses available, including affordable home-based businesses. I'll cut through all the clutter to find that perfect business match for you based on your background and income goals. And I work with all clients personally. Need a plan B? Then think B for Bruce. Thinking of buying a business or selling a business? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or see me online at OpportunityU.com. That's 800-980-2040 or OpportunityU.com. Are you ready for the next version of you? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or OpportunityU.com.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, coming up, a couple of things we're going to talk about. Boy, Kamala Harris had a really bad couple of days. How bad? There was a tweet that was put out by Jen Psaki that really spells it out. Like, you know those messages or those tweets or those emails that you send out to somebody or you read from somebody that you think to yourself, there's a problem here because there's no reason to put this tweet out to protect somebody if they don't need protecting. Does that make sense? So we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Also, is race a qualifier for you to get monoclonal antibodies? In other words, are there people being denied the opportunity to get healthy to get away from COVID because their qualifications aren't met. That being race.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pugh with Melanie Pugh Gentle Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Remember when you'd go to your locally owned retailer when you needed something? For the most part, those days have been gone for a while. Please know that I personally own our dental practice. My name is on the building. I take pride in being a high-quality, honest, local business. We are the backbones of America, and my team is here for you and your dental needs. Learn more about us at drmelaniepugh.com. That's Melanie Pugh, P-U-G-H.com.
Welcome to worry-free banking for your business. At United Fidelity Bank, they offer checking and savings accounts with no hoops and no hassles. Their mobile apps provide you access to your business accounts on the go, and their treasury management services allow you to maximize cash flow by utilizing their impressive digital tools. Plus, with their easy-to-use online banking platform, their bank is always open. They invite you to come and see the difference at United Fidelity Bank, located at 14241 Metro Parkway, Suite 100 in Fort Myers.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. You know, it costs you nothing to meet with me, but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioad.com, again, thatradioad.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioad@gmail.com, thatradioad@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
It's the pandemic, not the policies. I'm Pam Huso, Fox News. The White House maintains soaring prices at the grocery store and the gas pump are the result of the coronavirus. And economic advisor Brian Deese argues the president's massive social spending bill is the answer.
Far from adding to inflation concerns, this bill will do the opposite. Because it's fully paid for, it doesn't add aggregate demand to the economy. It makes these investments while actually offsetting them by increasing taxes on corporations and wealthy individuals. In fact, it will reduce the deficit.
Deese on ABC's This Week, Republicans aren't following the math.
Every Republican opposes this boondoggle because the American people are paying for it, and unfortunately we'll have to see if they can get 50 Democrats to agree to do substantially more damage and drive inflation up even more.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz on Fox's Sunday Morning Futures. There was bipartisan agreement on a $1 trillion infrastructure bill. President Biden plans to sign that legislation today. Also on the president's agenda, a virtual face-to-face with his Chinese counterpart.
President Biden will meet virtually with President Xi Jinping of China Monday night. It follows a phone call between the two leaders in September. The White House says the meeting is intended to discuss ways to responsibly manage competition and ways to work together. President Biden will also make clear of U.S. intentions and reiterate concerns with China. The virtual summit was proposed by White House officials as a substitute for an in-person meeting. Xi has not left China during the coronavirus pandemic. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The two leaders are expected to touch on thorny issues like Taiwan, trade, human rights, and COVID-19. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out along I-75 southbound right now, we have ladders reported in the roadway, mile marker 128. So heading south through the Alico Road exit, just be extra cautious out there and be sure to stay over to the side and drive a little bit slower. We also have a crash we're keeping an eye on heading through State Road 82. heading east of Alabama Road, so watch out for some slight delays right around the Lee-Collier County line and along Ben Hill-Griffin Parkway near Estero Parkway, keeping an eye on another crash. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the coolest start many of us have seen since April, we will see our high temperatures return back into the upper 70s this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. We'll see those highs climb into the 80s by tomorrow and continue that run of 80-degree high temperatures into the up-and-coming weekend. Isolated to scattered rain chances return on Thursday and also continue into the weekend as well. We'll see those wind speeds pick up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northeast today, with no activity expected in the tropics at least until this weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rose.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
I'm Russ McCaskey.
I'm Nicole Gabe.
The news doesn't wait.
And neither should you.
Breaking right now at 3, an update on a recent investigation.
Sheriff's Office is holding a press conference.
When it breaks...
Wink News now. Wink News now. It breaks on Wink first. Wink News.
We know you'll agree.
The place to be at 3
is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Please.
Yes.
Entertain us.
All hail Tony Hale.
Mission accomplished.
This doting dad.
She's going to be driving, so I'm a little bit... that's right.
Is giving us all the feels with his mini Veep reunion.
We hadn't seen each other in 2 years. We got together and we were just like...
Plus, Rach is working from home, putting a twist on Soup and Sammy night.
Look, the cheese is everywhere.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. Plantation Shutters.
For all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S3Es. Thank you so much for watching the program, subscribing to the podcast. And we do appreciate it each and every day and each and every week. Hey, coming up, we're going to talk about this, the issue of race now becoming a qualifier for monoclonal antibody treatments in Texas. I mean, did this happen? Is this true? We're going to get to that story. There was a viral video that was out over the weekend. Many of you may have seen it. Someone who was taking video while they were in hospital being denied the monoclonal antibody. And the question is why. They claim it was due to race, but we'll see. We'll play that audio and find out what the law is in the state of Texas. And the reason why we bring this up, even though we're not the state of Texas, is because, again, politics. Politics is at play, and there are certain individuals, there will be certain people that will live in Southwest Florida, that will live in this state, especially considering an election year and what they think they may get out of it, who ultimately could possibly think that this is a good idea to do in the state and run on it as a political stance because they feel like they could benefit. I know it sounds crazy. It seems strange, but we'll talk about that on the way. And also the fact that the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, has some serious issues. And apparently the party's got some serious issues with her as well. And some of the tweets that have been coming out lately have been strange to say the least from the administration. And I just have to find this one now, of course. I don't see it, but I will find it. And it has to do with Jen Psaki, who wants to convince everybody that Kamala Harris is doing an amazing job, and we are really confident in the work that she's doing. And why do you say that? Like, why would the White House press secretary feel like they have to come out and say that the vice president is doing an amazing job and we're confident in her abilities and all of these other things if everything is fine? That's typically the kind of thing that you would say when people are saying, there's a problem here. And some of the audio might suggest it. We'll have that coming up as well. All right. If you want to call or text, 239-479-5592. I see some of your calls coming in. We'll get to that. 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. We do appreciate and we are humbled by the support of so many here in the community. Churches, organizations, schools, businesses coming together, some even for the first time, to coordinate to get as many Christmas cards together for men and women serving overseas as you possibly can, and then mailing them out or dropping them off at any one of Mel's Diner locations across Southwest Florida. December 3rd is the cutoff date. Don't put any glitter inside the card, and don't seal the envelope. If you put it in an envelope, don't seal it because it's going to have to be opened anyway. And the cards have to be vetted. Kim Gade and everybody over at Lee Health have volunteers. So many of you volunteering your time to vet the cards, to get them out as quickly as possible. Because like I said, December 3rd being the cutoff date, we appreciate it. So again, 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Yeah, Kamala Harris, the vice president, not exactly off on the right foot, as some are saying. And the talk of her staff and her feeling isolated and the administration not defending her at all. And I wonder why. Yeah, it's been nothing short of a disaster. Even CNN is saying it. Exasperation and dysfunction inside Kamala Harris's frustrating start as vice president. And they are clear when it comes to not only the frustration and anger of what we're told is the Biden administration and staffers with what she's doing, but now you have a willing media that says, hey, do you want us to talk about positive or negative? Negative. Okay. Yeah. And the media just goes right along with this White House. Worn out by what they see as entrenched dysfunction and lack of focus, key West Wing aides have largely thrown up their hands at Vice President Kamala Harris and her staff, deciding there simply isn't time to deal with them right now, especially at a moment when President Joe Biden faces quickly multiplying legislative and political concerns. You think it's a hot mess over there, everybody? Again, I know that there are some that continue to say things like, Republicans are a hot mess. It's dysfunctional. Do you understand what's going on behind the scenes? Do you know this war between those that are for the former President Trump and the never Trumpers and everything that's happening? Please, I understand that people are saying that, but please don't make it sound as if the Democrats are all hunky-dory and smooth and whatever Nancy Pelosi would say about Democrats.
Bowl of doggy do.
She might want to say that because that pretty much covers the bases. But it is a hot mess. I mean, there are very few people on the planet that could say so much and say nothing in the same sentence. And I'm not kidding. It was a perfect example on, I think it was Friday or Thursday. Kamala Harris is vice president of the United States. You know, she's in France and she's meeting with world leaders and she's talking about cooperation and the things that we need to do as countries. And, well, I'll let her explain in 20 seconds how Nobody has a clue what she's talking about. Remember, this is the Vice President of the United States. Here you go.
We must together work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be, but also see it as a moment, yes, to together address the challenges and to work on the opportunities.
What does that mean? What is what is she? Does anybody have any idea what she's saying? You might as well say the same thing. Is that all it takes to be a vice president of the United States? Is that how this works? That's amazing, Jake. I gotta say that if I knew that this was the case, I might have run for office sooner. I might have thought about and then actually did it, because if that's what we could do here, Jake, this is so. Look at this. I believe that if we are to go in the direction that we are heading, that when we come back from that direction, that ultimately the direction that we went will be different than the one that we came from, knowing full well that the direction that we are maybe moving in could possibly be taking us to a world that is different from the location that we had before, to with Fort notwithstanding. You're welcome. Right?
I'm voting for you.
Thank you. All right, that's one. My mom's going to be so proud. And I thought there was quite the competition for, like, who could say the least in one sentence. I thought it was, wasn't it Pete Buttigieg, right? It was Pete Buttigieg who was the one that that always was discussed in circles as the person who could say the most in one sentence and then say nothing at all equally. It's
Buttigieg.
I mean, listen to this.
But where do you actually draw the line? What's not infrastructure?
Okay, what's not infrastructure, he's asked, in the infrastructure bill that's going to be signed today. I just cannot believe it. What a disaster. But here you go. This is Pete Buttigieg explaining to everybody what is and isn't infrastructure.
This is called the American Jobs Plan because it contains a number of measures that are going to help Americans not only get jobs but thrive in our country today. And this is part of it. We think these things fit together. And of course, it's not unusual in legislation to take a number of different elements that are part of a related theme and move them at the same time, because Americans can't wait for us to resolve a dorm room debate over which policies belong in which categories.
What did he say? What did he say that nobody knows? Nobody. So there you go. So there's a lot of trouble in the vice president world today, as people are just wondering what in the world is being said. Nobody knows. So there you go. It's a recipe for disaster when you get out and you say things that nobody clearly has any clue what you're trying to communicate. But all right. But Bruce wanted to talk about Democrats. He's in Naples right now. Good morning, Bruce. How are you today?
Good morning, Drew. How are you?
You know, we're doing well. It's a Monday, and how better to be on a Monday than to be... Well, go ahead, Bruce. What's on your mind?
Well, first off, I'm voting for you. So
all right, that's two. That's okay. Two. So I got two votes, Jake.
Halfway there, man.
You don't even know what I'm running for yet. That's even...
But that's the best part. As long as you just keep talking around in a circle, I'm going to believe it anyway.
Okay, wait. Are you suggesting that I'm talking in circles? Is that what you're saying? Like you don't?
No,
you have no idea what I'm even talking about.
Exactly.
Forthwithstanding to with. What I say to Bruce that the direction of the world that is making noise is not the direction that we go, because the noiseless are noisy. What is that noise in the background? It's distracting. I can't make
That's me. That's me.
I can't make speeches this way, Bruce. All right.
Don't
so
worry.
you had a point. So let's get to that.
Yes. I'm finding a pretty disturbing trend that anyone that I know that is leaning towards the left, whether it be family or friends, anytime I bring up anything that's going on the news, their usual response is, "Oh, I don't watch the news anymore," which I find that kind of disturbing over the fact that they don't really know what's going on in the world, and they were the ones that put the guy that's sitting in the White House now. So they're not even keeping their guy in check of what's going on
okay,
in the world stage.
So let me get this straight. So the Democrats that you know who before were the keyboard cowboys against Trump, who were quick to go onto social media, Facebook and Twitter, and talk about how bad he was and how mean he was and Orange Man bad and all this stuff and destroying the country and fascism and blah, blah, blah. And now all of a sudden they're like, hey, I don't even follow news. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, totally. It's absolutely ridiculous. And even during the election, I would totally fact check them all the time on anything that they would bring up. And it was kind of like, watching a bunch of ostriches putting their heads in the sand, and they didn't want to hear anything.
Wait, did you say ostrich putting their head in sand or ospreys? Because I don't think ospreys put their head in sands.
No, ostriches.
It's ostriches, okay. Ospreys are,
And I even went even further and dumbed it down to put it in actual video of any of the hypocrisies that they were, trying to put out about Trump or, try to push Biden and, Harris, so even then, that was too much for them to handle. So, but anyway,
I understand.
I'm sure that the rest of your viewers and listeners out there will probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
That a lot of people they know are also doing the exact same, not bothering to fact check or listen to what's going on in the news anymore.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, happy Monday, Bruce, and thanks for the vote.
You too.
And I don't know what I'm running for yet. I haven't decided yet. What's out there? What are my choices? I hope it has something to do with food. Because that would be fun. Is there an office you can run for that has something to do with food that will get me a good quality meal every once in a while? Oh, wait a minute. That didn't come out right. My wife's probably listening. Here's what I'm saying. I don't mean that I can't get I don't mean that a good quality meal from my wife. My wife is an excellent, amazing cook. It's not about, I'm talking about when I'm not with her and I'm out at functions. Is there music playing? I can't.
Just throwing.
Is there music playing? And so what I'm hoping is there music playing? And there's music playing. I got to go. All right. When we come back, Jen Psaki had a couple of things to say about what's going on. As a matter of fact, when it comes to the Build Back Better, broke, whatever you want to say, and some other things. And it's important that you hear this because it's no longer about Democrats hiding things from you. They come out and say it. If the infrastructure bill includes budget gimmicks that'll increase energy costs and make the grid less reliable, they'll tell you. It doesn't matter anymore. They're going to go for it because they know that, they believe that half the country's on their side no matter what. And you'll go right along, well, not you, but others will. You got to hear this audio coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea. I'm sorry. Is that Taylor? Sorry, Taylor Wirtz. Sorry, Taylor.
Taking a wide look at the roads in Collier County, not seeing any crashes or disabled vehicles. We did have a couple disabled vehicles, but those are all clear now. A few trouble spots I am seeing, though. Pine Ridge Road and Airport pulling where they intersect. Airport pulling heading northbound at that intersection. Seeing some slight delays around 19 miles an hour. Also, Immokalee Road and Logan Boulevard. Immokalee heading east and westbound. A few little trouble spots there. Speeds around 20 miles per hour. Overall, though, 41 and 75. Pretty much smooth sailing if you are driving throughout Collier County. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cool start to the morning, highs will find themselves back into the upper 70s this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're right back into the 80s, and we'll stay there throughout the remainder of this week. Rain chances returning on Thursday and sticking with us into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Papa reminding you that our website address is papasroofing.com. That's P-A-P-A-S roofing.com. We also use an expert insurance man, Mike Reba, who specializes in helping folks who are having problems with their homeowner's insurance. As many of you may have had problems with your homeowner's insurance over your roof issues, then maybe Mike can help you. As always, we offer a free tile roof inspection. If we do find needed repairs, we can make it affordable. Don't wait until you receive a demanding or threatening letter from your insurance company. Instead, call Papa, and we will do our best to help you. Let me thank all of you for supporting our family business over the past 35 years. We love Southwest Florida and our customers. God bless you, and God bless America. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213. We're open 24/7.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
So 1 in 4 Americans, according to a new survey, have experienced some kind of loss of income as a result of higher prices. The president has expressed concern about this. I know that you are working on different fronts to address this, but I mean, how urgent is it, and how, is there any sort of specific concern that this is going to affect not just political outcomes, but just the overall economy?
Sure. Well, Andrea, first let me say that, a lot of the talk about inflation, I'm not saying from you, but in general out there, has been, it's become a political cudgel.
It's become a political cudgel. All right, everybody, that's it. It's just all of this talk about inflation and prices and what's going on with everything with the vid and the border and everything. It's a cudgel, everybody. It's just being used as a weapon. It's like a club that the Republicans are just hitting you over the head with because... What are you talking about? Well, that's what you say when you have nothing else to say and you know it's your administration that is the disaster, and she's been asked about everything. That's Jen Psaki, White House press secretary yesterday, as she's back. and talking about, listen, we just got to spend. That's it.
I would note that everyone from the Federal Reserve to Wall Street agree with our assessment that inflation is already expected to be substantially decelerate next year. I know you're not.
Really? I haven't heard anything like that. Have you heard about it's going to go down really next year? Who are you talking to?
And economists across the board also agree that the president's economic agenda, the bipartisan infrastructure bill that he will sign on Monday, and the Build Back Better bill that we are working to move forward will not add to inflationary pressure.
Yeah, it's going to add to inflationary pressure. It has to. And then, okay, well, there's one other piece of audio. You can go to break. It's okay. It's one other piece of audio that sums it all up. All of the high gas prices and the money you're spending, it helps them. They're admitting this is helpful to this administration's agenda. I'll prove it coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's ultimate.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. France Cosmetic Center. Yes, the same Dr. France that you know. The Cosmetic Center is up and firing on all cylinders. In fact, I just went over there and met Dr. Bachman, who they brought in from California, and she is phenomenal. There's something very specific about her, even working with Dr. France and his team. She's a cosmetic surgeon, but she's also an ophthalmologist. So with that said, you might be facing something, as many of us do as we get older, droopy eyelids. This is where you get a lot of skin that begins to sort of collapse over your eyes and it hinders your vision. You can go to the France Cosmetic Center right now for a free eyelid consultation for patients who are looking for solutions to this. Here's the bonus. Most upper eyelid surgeries are covered by insurance. So give Dr. Bachman a call today at the France Cosmetic Center, 239-418-0999 for your free eyelid consultation today.
Friends, I care.
This Friday and Saturday only at Duncan's Diamonds. We're having our multi-million-dollar holiday VIP sale. As a very important person, you come in and make your best offer. This VIP sale is your chance to negotiate the best jewelry price of a lifetime. That's right, you name the price. This is the opportunity to save big on fine jewelry and diamonds for the holidays. Choose from Duncan's Diamonds' spectacular selection of certified diamonds and diamond jewelry. 5 times the selection of other jewelry stores. Duncan's Diamonds has the best selection of designer jewelry. Just make an offer on your favorite diamonds and jewelry. This weekend is the perfect time to buy at Duncan's Diamonds Holiday VIP. You can make your best deal on all diamond rings, bracelets, diamond earrings, and more. Select diamonds will be at wholesale prices. Don't miss this opportunity. No reasonable offer will be refused. This Friday and Saturday at Duncan's Diamonds in Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
News, I'm Lillian Wu. A 9-year-old hurt at a Houston music festival has now died.
Ezra Blunt is the 10th person who attended the Astroworld Festival on November 5th to die. He had been placed in a medically induced coma at Texas Children's Hospital after being seriously injured in the crush of fans during a performance by rapper Travis Scott, who was the headliner at the event. Blunt died yesterday. His family is suing Scott and the event's promoter, Live Nation, for at least $1 million in damages.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers.
9 others, ranging in age from 14 to 27, also died, with more than 300 hurt.
Police in England are treating an explosion as a terrorist incident. The blast occurring in a taxi outside a hospital left 1 man, the passenger, dead. The taxi driver was also injured. 3 men in their 20s have been arrested. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Taking a wide look at the roads in Collier County, not seeing any crashes or disabled vehicles. We did have a couple disabled vehicles, but those are all clear now. A few trouble spots I am seeing, though. Pine Ridge Road and Airport pulling where they intersect. Airport pulling heading northbound at that intersection. Seeing some slight delays around 19 miles an hour. Also, Immokalee Road and Logan Boulevard. Immokalee heading east and westbound. A few little trouble spots there. Speeds around 20 miles per hour. Overall, though, 41 and 75. Pretty much smooth sailing if you are driving throughout Collier County. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the coolest start many of us have seen since April, we will see our high temperatures return back into the upper 70s this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. We'll see those highs climb into the 80s by tomorrow and continue that run of 80-degree high temperatures into the up-and-coming weekend. Isolated to scattered rain chances return on Thursday and also continue into the weekend as well. We'll see those wind speeds pick up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northeast today, with no activity expected in the tropics at least until this weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
You know, joint relief doesn't have to mean drugs and surgery. Now there's a better alternative that patients are raving about. Hey, it's Drew Steele from my friends at QC Kinetics, local medical professionals using natural biologic treatments. Highly concentrated healing properties from your own body put directly into the affected joint, restoring and repairing damaged tissue the way your body was designed to heal. If you're tired of the Band-Aid solutions like drugs and steroids, and you really want to avoid surgery, you need to check out QC Kinetics. Regenerative, restorative, natural treatments for knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, pain in your hips. Don't continue to suffer. And don't go in for surgery until you check this out. See it for yourself. See if you're a candidate. QC Kinetics. Call 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN.
I'm Russ McCaskey.
I'm Nicole Gabe.
The news doesn't wait.
And neither should you.
Breaking right now at 3, an update on a recent investigation.
Sheriff's Office is holding a press conference.
When it breaks...
Wink News now. Wink News now. It breaks on Wink first. Wink News.
We know you'll agree.
The place to be at 3
is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Please.
Yes.
Entertain us.
All hail Tony Hale.
Mission accomplished.
This doting dad.
She's going to be driving, so I'm a little bit... that's right.
Is giving us all the feels with his mini Veep reunion.
We hadn't seen each other in 2 years. We got together and we were just like...
Plus, Rach is working from home, putting a twist on Soup and Sammy night.
Look, the cheese is everywhere.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
Hi. I'm Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, representing Florida's 25th Congressional District. As your representative, I work for you. If you need help dealing with a federal agency, my team can help navigate the federal bureaucracy and make sure your government is actually working for you. To receive assistance, please call my office at 239-348-1620. It's an honor and privilege to serve you in Congress.
This ad was paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
To some, winter solstice is the darkest day all year, when you're trapped inside waiting for cabin fever. But to Closet Factory customers, the winter solstice is time to celebrate the space they rethought, re-inspired, and re-miracled into the happiest, clutter-freest part of home. We want you to get some of that Closet Factory magic now until December 21st. You'll get $250 in free accessories with any new storage solution from Closet Factory. Now through the solstice only at Closet Factory and ClosetFactory.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
I'm so happy. Just stay healthy and keep running. And I'm going to keep running as long as I can. I find it fun. I like doing it.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on a second. A 105-year-old woman out of Louisiana just set the world record for the fastest 100-meter sprint for a woman in the 105 and up category. She did 1 minute and 2 seconds, and that was her name is Julia Hurricane Hawkins, and she sets the record. 105. First of all, there's a 105 and up category for the fastest 100-meter sprint. I had no idea. I'm thoroughly embarrassed because I'm out of breath just walking from my bed to the bathroom in the middle of the night. But that's a whole other story. So all right, there you go. Something to get encouraged about. Get up and get moving, because if a 105-year-old from Louisiana can do it and have that kind of attitude, then what's your excuse? That's really rude. I apologize. It's not the way to be on a Monday. I don't know your particular circuit. 239-479-5592. Boy, there's a lot of foot and mouth today. We got foot and mouth disease going on here in this studio in a lot of different ways. Speaking of foot and mouth disease, you got Jen Psaki, who is well, that's not really fair, because she's just trying to do what she does.
I'll circle back.
She's trying to circle back on a lot of different things. When you put out a tweet yesterday on a Sunday at 9:00 at night, and you put out a tweet, an official government tweet, mind you, that says, for anyone who needs to hear it, Vice President Harris is not only a vital partner to the president, but a bold leader who has taken on key important challenges facing the country, from voting rights to addressing root causes of migration to expanding broadband. I know it's hard to say with a straight face, but if you're doing that, doesn't that tell you that there's a problem? Because why do you need to? Why do you even need to at 9:00 on a Sunday night? Is that like I've had a couple of White Claws and I'm a little bored after the games on Sunday, and so I'm or watching some really cool PC Netflix program. Is that what's going on here? Like, why do you do that if everything is fine? I'm just asking. And one of the things that she did say that is not fine, that shouldn't be fine with you on Friday. And may I remind everybody that when being asked about what's going on with infrastructure, building back better, and what's going on with the prices of gasoline, everybody knows what's happening with the prices of fuel right now. Everybody knows about inflation. Everybody knows and feels what's going on. And when she says when it comes to gas prices,
Look, our view is that the rise in gas prices over the long term makes an even stronger case for doubling down our investment and our focus on clean energy options.
Are you hearing that, everybody? Do you understand what she is saying? Don't miss this. Don't miss this. That this is the administration's position, that your pain at the pump, the pain that you're feeling, the issues that you're having with what is coming out of your wallet right now. In some cases, you're deciding on how you're going to pay bills, feed family members, do a lot of different things. That this administration's position on that, again, is...
Look, our view is that the rise in gas prices over the long term makes an even stronger case for doubling down our investment and our focus on clean energy options.
Let me translate for you. Good. We're glad that you're feeling the pain at the pump. This is a good thing, because now we can double and triple down on getting rid of fossil fuels and getting into clean energy. And that's how we're going to do it. We're going to bring you to your knees so that the only thing that you can do is say, Uncle, okay, What do you want from us? Just stop this. That's their political plan. Are you following this? Are you getting it? You know, when you have a GOP senator who is warning people, just to let you know, everybody, we're just warning you that in this infrastructure bill that's going to be signed today, bipartisan, you can hear bipartisan a lot. Oh, it's a bipartisan bill, bipartisan bill. Just remember something. You're going to have some Republicans that are going to be around the president of the United States when they sign this because it's a done deal. And if this is going to help anybody at all, you're going to have a Republican face there somewhere so that it can look as if what you see as a positive is happening due to the policies of Republicans, which shouldn't happen because this is awful what's going on with the infrastructure deal. And even Senator John Barrasso was saying this very thing with George Stephanopoulos. Listen, you got a Republican going on to Stephanopoulos' program. You already know you're in trouble. So what does he have to say?
Let's talk about the infrastructure bill he's going to sign into law tomorrow. Bipartisan infrastructure bill.
No, bipartisan. It's bipartisan, everybody. This is everybody coming together, right?
Let's put out a fact sheet showing the benefits to your state of Wyoming. I want to show it to our audience right now. They say $1.8 billion for highways, $225 million for bridge replacement and repairs, $100 million for broadband.
I love the broadband thing. I love when they keep bringing up the broadband. It's got to happen because you realize there are people in certain states like West Virginia. I mean, let's be honest, everybody. The broadband, they don't have it. Like, there's no internet. There's no way to get onto the internet in certain areas around the. Oh, well, there's your cell phone that always gets onto the internet, but that's a whole other subject. Yeah, we got to spend money on that broadband. And then it's interesting because if you have the FCC that's going to be run by a bunch of communist, Marxist liberals that are going to be there on the FCC and then have the control over the broadband and what gets put out, you know, because we don't want the wrong messages like from Republicans. No, that's serious. The person that could be the next head of the FCC is talking about how dangerous Fox News is. My voice, the voices that are on this station and places like Fox News, and these are dangers to the community. Well, if you're a danger to the community and we've got control over broadband, I mean, we got the money. Listen, you want the broadband, you got to play the game because we got the money. See where this is going? You have John Barrasso.
Well, you know, I was one of the original negotiators at the White House with President Biden, and ultimately I voted against it because they did use a lot of budget gimmicks, and they are adding $256 billion to the debt.
Yeah, they got a lot of gimmicks and everything else, but Barrasso is there, and he's negotiating with the President of the United States. May I remind you that those that are listening right now to the sound of my voice, and maybe you are somewhere in Congress, or maybe you're a senator, maybe you're even someone in the state of Florida. Do you understand? You do see that we have a very good long memory of people who are dealing with and trying to come together and do things with bipartisanship in mind. When you have an administration that wants to destroy the country, that they're doing this purposefully, what kind of common ground can you find with somebody who doesn't believe in the country the same way you do? You don't join with them, you defeat them. I mean, isn't that common sense? What am I missing? Is that not 239-479-5592? Tell me, isn't that common sense? That's all we ask for sometimes. Just a little bit of common sense. I mean, look, I guess the good news is, Jake, here's some good news, okay? If we're trying to find some good news on this Monday, I guess if you're going to come up with something positive, it's not too crazy out there right now. It's not like truckers are racist or anything like that. Nobody's saying stuff like that and going over the top. And
breaking news.
A bombshell. This just in. Yeah, MSNBC is doing it.
I talked to a lot of truck drivers and preparing for this segment, and most of these truck drivers were people of color, and they talked about, hearing some of the racism over the CB. This is, again, an industry populated by a lot of white men over the age of 55. This group of people overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Some people have talked about, aggressive truck drivers cutting them off or not being helpful. So obviously, the more populated it is with people of color, I think you'll see less of that. But how can you encourage people to come and disrupt this space when it seems a bit unwelcoming?
Yeah. So now if you're driving a truck drivers out there, it's somehow racism is involved in this. It's interesting how places like MSNBC and CNN continue to try to thrive in this arena. Think about it. These outlets try to thrive in the arena of hate, the arena of the ists and the obias. And they don't. You see, that's the catch. That you have MSNBC and CNN who continue to, and other media outlets, fake news legacy media outlets, who continue to go down this road, to continue to talk about this. And how are the ratings, everybody? How are they doing? How are the American people responding? They are not. Because again, the minority of voices are not the majority of the American people. You're winning. You're winning. Be confident of that. And it's just awful that these kind of things happen. You know, we're going to talk with Jennifer Cabrera from the Alachua Chronicle coming up. She's been doing amazing work at rationalground.com. And if you follow her on Twitter, we're going to talk about special session and vaccine mandates and some of the things that are happening, including the story out of Texas that we're hearing and how a Texas man is claiming that he was denied monoclonal antibodies because of race. I mean, is that true? You know, if you heard the audio, I don't know if you heard the audio here, Jake, about this story. So the claim was, here is an individual who in Texas gets the vid, is looking to get monoclonal antibodies. And as he is there speaking to a nurse who's checking on him, we're told that he can't receive it. And here's the audio from that.
So I'm not gonna be able to get it today because I don't qualify.
Yep.
What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was no. Okay. But if I were black and Hispanic, then I'd be able to qualify. Okay. So I'm being denied medical service because of my race. Is that?
That's the criteria.
Yeah.
So what I do, I go around and make sure everyone meets the criteria.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the criteria that was set forth. If you were 65, you'll be good. But nope, you're healthy and you're healthy and no medical conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID. Maybe it's for someone else, may preclude them a little more, make them a little more susceptible to being worse with COVID. Any questions?
No, I guess not.
All right, so there you go. He doesn't know and he doesn't understand, but there's the nurse saying that he's going to be denied monoclonal antibodies because he's not black or Hispanic. And she's trying to explain exactly what the criteria is. What is it in Texas? Red State has an article on this and a list from one medical center in Texas of what the criteria could be to get treatment for monoclonal antibodies. And you have to have at least one of them. This is a white, healthy, otherwise individual who's not qualifying. Well, who does qualify? Well, here it is from Nicaragua. He has it at Red State. Pregnancy, high-risk ethnicity groups like Latinx or Black. Latinx. Yeah. Older age, over 65, obesity, chronic kidney disease or diabetes, immunosuppressive disease, currently receiving immunosuppressive treatments, heart disease, high blood pressure, chronic lung disease, sickle cell disease, neurodevelopment disorders. These are the things that you have to show that you have in order to get monoclonal antibodies in Texas. The individual who was there, who was trying to get it at the time, was told that he didn't qualify. He was an otherwise healthy individual. But why is race in this? Why is a quote-unquote high-risk ethnicity group like Latinx or Black? It says it there on the form of the people who qualify. Why is that the case? Now, at Red State, they were talking about the Mayo Clinic and that there's a possibility that the reason why they're doing this is because reportedly Black and Hispanic people are at higher risk. But according to the Mayo Clinic, there's no evidence that people of color have genetic or other biological factors that make them more likely to be affected by COVID. They're more likely to have underlying health conditions that could be problematic for COVID, like type 2 diabetes. So why is the race listed as the criterion rather than the underlying health conditions that would make COVID more problematic? In other words, why is it in there at all? Shouldn't it be the health of the individual? Taking that out of the equation, why would you put that in? And again, these are the things that people see. These are the things that upset people. Politically, these are the things that change political wins. Because there are some people that agree with this and some people that don't. And they are political people. They are political sides. When it shouldn't be the case at all. How do you do that? How do you possibly put race, ethnicity into something as just across the board important as making sure that as a person, as a human being, that you are being provided with the proper medical care that you need in order to survive, especially when you have it in your hand. And to make that decision, just like Ron DeSantis, the governor of the state, had to go outside of the government, the federal government, for us here in Florida to get more of the monoclonal antibodies when it was the Biden administration that's like, we're not keeping our promise to send 50% more monoclonals to the state when we had that spike. We're going to back off on that. Really, that's a political decision, everybody. And it shouldn't be. We're going to talk more about that coming up. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Let's do it right now. It is Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Right now, let's take caller number 9 at 239-479-5592. We want you to play Drew's College, impress your friends and family. Hey, maybe if you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend you want to impress, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. It's something, it helps relationships all over the globe, this show. Drew's College. Why did Jake's eyebrows just went, it does? Go with me on this. All right, 9th caller right now. 239-479-5592. We'll play Drew's College next. Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. Here's Taylor Wirtz.
Taking a look at our roads in Lee County, not any significant crashes or disabled vehicles, just lots of congestion as usual this time of day. I-75 heading southbound pretty much from State Road 82 to Colonial, seeing significant delays. If you're headed that way, leave early. Also Colonial in that area, if you're heading towards the Forum Shops westbound, pretty backed up there as well. 75 and 41 both seeing a lot of congestion, mainly in that area I just talked about with 75, and then 41 and 75, pretty much the stretch from Estero towards Bonita. That whole area heading southbound, seeing a lot of red and orange. So if you are headed in either of those directions, just factor in a little bit of extra time for your commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cool start to the morning, highs will find themselves back into the upper 70s this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're right back into the 80s, and we'll stay there throughout the remainder of this week. Rain chances returning on Thursday and sticking with us into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Taxes are never fun to talk about. But now, more than ever, it is super important to have a plan to make sure you mitigate how much taxes you owe. Ty Lassiter here of Key City Capital to explain more. At Key City Capital, we are committed to protecting and growing our clients' wealth, and planning for tax is one of the most important ways that we can do that. The fourth quarter is a crucial time to make decisions to ensure that you have the lowest tax bill possible. Key City Capital has a tremendous track record of saving our clients up to 30% or more a year on their tax bill.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
True relief.
for back and neck pain.
Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Welcome to worry-free banking for your business. At United Fidelity Bank, they offer checking and savings accounts with no hoops and no hassles. Their mobile apps provide you access to your business accounts on the go, and their treasury management services allow you to maximize cash flow by utilizing their impressive digital tools. Plus, with their easy-to-use online banking platform, their bank is always open. They invite you to come and see the difference at United Fidelity Bank, located at 14241 Metro Parkway, Suite 100 in Fort Myers.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College. All right, let's go to Bob. Bob's in Naples. Hey, Bob.
How's it going?
It's going.
I give you no malarkey, and that's no lie.
You got that right. I don't know what you just said. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. You ready for your associate's degree question, sir?
I'm ready.
All right, it starts right now. Hey, do you remember who the President of the United States was when Dick Cheney was the Vice President?
That would be George W. Bush.
That is correct, sir. You get a ding for that. There you go. All right, you got associates. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Give me 3 rights or freedoms from the First Amendment. We're looking at the First Amendment. Give me 3 rights or freedoms from that.
Assembly, religion, and speech.
There you go. That's 3. Very good. All right, you got a bachelor's. Where's my ding? There's my ding. All right, you got I said a bachelor's. All right, master's degree on this question. This president was the first Republican to be voted into office in 1861, also the first president to be assassinated. Who was it?
Honest Abe Lincoln.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's degree. We're going to see if you get a PhD on this question. Let's see. I don't like that one. I think I'm going to go to this. All right, I'll go to this one. Let's see. Who was it? The famous phrase. I'll even say who it is, but you give me the phrase. What famous phrase did Nancy Reagan use to keep kids away from drugs and alcohol?
That was, let's see, it was about dope.
It was just say no. Just say no.
Just say no.
Just say no. That's what it was. That's okay. But you were close, and you did a great job. You just stumbled at the end over there. But you know what? Sometimes I stumble. We all do in life. If we're going to get philosophical.
All I could think about Nancy was that she got in trouble about changing the dinnerware at the White House.
And you know, if for those days we long for, if that would be the worst thing that we would hear out of a White House, would be very nice. All right, well, listen, congratulations. You did a great job, Bob, there in Naples, and we appreciate you playing on Drew's College today. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Coming up, Jennifer Cabrera from the Alachua Chronicle, rationalground.com. She is a contributor. We're going to talk about what is happening in Tallahassee today and, of course, special session. What's going on here? Some of the details you need to know about. On the way.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along. We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift-giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
I know you're tired of living with that awful joint pain. If you've been to an orthopedic surgeon, you know the drill. Pain meds, steroids, physical therapy, right? When those Band-Aids don't work, you know what's next. Surgery. Major surgery. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Don't do it. Not until you check out QC Kinetics. Get a second opinion. Learn about the natural biologic treatments, restorative, regenerative alternatives that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, back, and hips, other joints as well. QC Kinetics uses natural biologics from your own body and concentrates them in a precise damaged area for lasting relief. And it's an in-office treatment with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't go under the knife if you don't have to. Call QC Kinetics and get a second opinion now. You've got nothing to lose. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Taking a look at our roads in Lee County, not any significant crashes or disabled vehicles, just lots of congestion as usual this time of day. I-75 heading southbound pretty much from State Road 82 to Colonial, seeing significant delays. If you're headed that way, leave early. Also Colonial in that area, if you're heading towards the Forum Shops westbound, pretty backed up there as well. 75 and 41 both seeing a lot of congestion, mainly in that area I just talked about with 75, and then 41 and 75, pretty much the stretch from Estero towards Bonita. That whole area heading southbound, seeing a lots of red and orange. So if you are headed in either of those directions, just factor in a little bit of extra time for your commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the coolest start many of us have seen since April, we will see our high temperatures return back into the upper 70s this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. We'll see those highs climb into the 80s by tomorrow and continue that run of 80-degree high temperatures into the up-and-coming weekend. Isolated to scattered rain chances return on Thursday and also continue into the weekend as well. We'll see those wind speeds pick up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northeast today, with no activity expected in the tropics at least until this weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rose.
No matter where you want to listen, you'll be all set when you stream 92.5 Fox News live at rightallalong.net.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
This Friday and Saturday only at Duncan's Diamonds. We're having our multi-million-dollar holiday VIP sale. As a very important person, you come in and make your best offer. This VIP sale is your chance to negotiate the best jewelry price of a lifetime. That's right, you name the price. This is the opportunity to save big on fine jewelry and diamonds for the holidays. Choose from Duncan's Diamonds' spectacular selection of certified diamonds and diamond jewelry. 5 times the selection of other jewelry stores. Duncan's Diamonds has the best selection of designer jewelry, Just make an offer on your favorite diamonds and jewelry. This weekend is the perfect time to buy at Duncan's Diamonds Holiday VIP. You can make your best deal on all diamond rings, bracelets, diamond earrings, and more. Select diamonds will be at wholesale prices. Don't miss this opportunity. No reasonable offer will be refused this Friday and Saturday at Duncan's Diamonds in Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
It's Rockstar Harley's pre-owned pre-Black Friday tag sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. 100% of applications accepted. Save thousands this week. Only at Rockstar Harley's pre-owned pre-Black Friday tag sale. It ends this Sunday. On approved credit.
Get ready for a night of solid gold. With the
First, Wink News.
We know you'll agree.
The place to be at 3
is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Please. Yes. Entertain us.
All hail Tony Hale.
Mission accomplished.
This doting dad
She's going to be driving, so I'm a little bit... that's right.
is giving us all the feels with his mini Veep reunion.
We hadn't seen each other in 2 years. We got together and we were just like...
Plus, Rach is working from home, putting a twist on Soup and Sammy night.
Look, the cheese is everywhere.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
for being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
Your support for veterans in the military.
educating us,
Standing up for conservatism.
giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're here. 239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com. It's the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Coming up this morning, we'll talk a little bit more about 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. Getting those Christmas cards for our men and women serving overseas. We want to make sure we get them out before December 3rd so they'll get them in time for Christmas. You've done an amazing job year after year after year. Well, let's hit 10,000 plus. And let's set some new records this year. We know we can do it. And with your help, we absolutely will. A big thank you to Kim Gate and everybody over at Lee Health for vetting the cards. Make sure you don't seal the cards in the envelopes because they have to be vetted. No glitter inside. And if you want to drop them off at one of the Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida, you can do that as well. Thank you so much. And we are confident that this year will be the biggest ever. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. All right, let's do this right now. Jennifer Cabrera is the editor of the Alachua Chronicle. She's a contributor at Rational Ground, rationalground.com, the website. She is my voice of reason through the craziness that is the vid, the COVID, the numbers, everything else. And so when I need a Monday to start off the right way, I ask her to join me, and here she is. Hey, how are you this morning, Jennifer?
Good morning, Drew. I'm doing well. Yes, let's start off Monday with the craziness.
Well, no, I'm not looking for you for crazy. I'm looking to you to help me get out of the crazy. No, we got to get that right. It has been, and you know, we've talked about this before, how everything has been between the numbers when it comes to the vid and the jab and the mandates and everything else, all the politics that are at play, trying to convince people what is and is not. And then ultimately now in Tallahassee, we've got a big day and what's going to be happening this week because of this special session. I wanted to get your thoughts, first of all, on the session, and what are the aspects of the session that you're looking at that are important to you, and what, because I know you've been all over what's going on in Tallahassee with legislators talking about what they have needed to do for the longest time. So now that we have this session, how do you think it's going to go, and what are you looking at?
So I'm looking mainly at the bill that bans, supposedly we're being told bans vaccine and mask mandates. It, of course, does not. We're being told this is the best we can do. And I mean, I can tell you now that's probably not changing. This is the bill we have. And the bill just says basically that employers have to offer a broad range of exemptions that have to be, they're required to accept these exemptions. So there's some religious exemptions. There's a medical exemption for pregnancy. There's a medical exemption. And then there's two other kind of weird ones where you can offer to wear employer provided PPE, whatever that means, or you can offer to be tested at some designated frequency in exchange for not getting a vaccine. So there are these exemptions that the bill lays out, and then it does prohibit mask mandates in school and strengthens the Parents' Bill of Rights and provides a direct cause of action that parents can individually sue. So that's good. I'm going to set that aside and go back to the vax mandates. You have these exemptions, but the problem that I see, it does not ban the mandates. It just says that if you do get fired for not getting vaccinated, you can get unemployment. Basically, that's really all it offers. And there's no direct cause of action. If your rights are violated under this bill, you just have to go. You have to make a complaint to this Department of Legal Affairs, and they might fine your employer. So. My biggest problem with this is that I think a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of discrimination going on in workplaces against unvaccinated people. I know of a case here in Gainesville where Cox Communications doesn't let their unvaccinated employees in certain parts of the building, and they have to use these outdoor restrooms. That makes my skin crawl. That's so un-American, saying these are the restrooms for some people and these are the restrooms for other people. We have a history of that, and it's bad. So let's not do that. That's my big thing. Let's not do this anti-discrimination thing. Many hospitals are making unvaccinated employees, eat outdoors, whatever. There's just kind of weird, creative. And then all of it is intended to coerce the people to get vaccines because it's so inconvenient for them to be unvaccinated in the workplaces. So I'm pushing for a very simple anti-discrimination clause. You can't treat unvaccinated employees any different than vaccinated. And, so if you think it's important for an unvaccinated employee to wear a mask in your workplace, everybody has to wear a mask. If you think it's important to test every week, everybody has to do it. And the reason for this, to be very, very clear, beyond the fact that we should all be revolted by discrimination, but the reason for this is that we know beyond a doubt. I have papers. I link to this at Alachua Chronicle. It's near the top of the page. I link to the studies. We know that vaccinated people can be infected and can transmit COVID. Given that fact, there is absolutely no basis for discrimination.
Right. And that's where I guess the problem for many is, because you've done the work. It is chronicled, if you will. You have all the numbers. They're not disputable. You've got them. This is the science that everybody has demanded that we have since day one. So then the question becomes, will they listen? If you can't get the federal government and you're concerned about how many people are listening or not listening there at the federal level, bring it down local. And if you're talking about even locally here, whether it's school boards or whatever, now you're talking about Tallahassee. Are there people that are listening? I mean, is there an opportunity to present all of this that people will actually see and hear, and then give us the definitive answer as to why we have to have a mandate if all the evidence shows what you just talked about, that we know what the vaccine right now is and isn't.
Right. So my advice is to email and call as many legislators as you can. I would just don't even bother with big explanations. I would just put, anti-discrimination in the subject. They're not reading all of these. So just hit them as much as you make sure they're hearing anti-discrimination. There's a big rally tomorrow at the Capitol at 1. The details are on my Twitter. A lot of people are going to be rallying for this, and we're getting some agreement that we're going to have kind of this one focus of anti-discrimination. Now, why? Also, I'm hearing they're not going to do any amendments. So I just think if there's enough outcry, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this legislature.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I know. I understand. It does.
I don't know. You asked about vax mandates. I don't know why we should have. There's no sense behind vax mandates. They're purely to coerce us to get as many people as possible vaccinated.
Right. Yeah. And, it's a shame because obviously the numbers that you have, that you've shown the evidence that are at the Alachua Chronicle, you say you pinned it up at the top. You could see the numbers for yourself. You could just go there and see it. And even some of the latest information that you have, someone who's been keeping track of all of the things that have been happening since day one with the vid and the jab, and even some of the latest information. What about when people start talking about long COVID? Haven't there been studies now that we've seen this idea of what long COVID is and is not, these symptoms? Are they associated with prior infection or not? What do we have like the latest with that?
There was a study that just came out, and I didn't read it. I just read the headlines, but that it basically interviewed people that had COVID and didn't have COVID, and their symptoms were very similar. And a lot of long COVID symptoms are complaints that people normally have, things like fatigue and other things like that. But there's also real long COVID, and there is. I mean, this is a nasty virus in some people. And, so I don't want to discount that. I know people that had COVID, recovered, and then had this kind of major relapse. And I don't think we fully understand it. I just know that a lot of people call things long COVID that aren't long COVID. Just the normal fatigue of life becomes long COVID. So that's, I think, what the survey found was that a lot more people complain of it than have it, even though it's a real thing.
Right. Yeah. And then obviously the issue of where we're getting information from, when you are, for example, at the Alachua Chronicle, where you are actually putting out the evidence that you have to back up, you're giving the receipts, you're backing up what it is you're talking about. Then when people start to look at, say, the CDC, and we start to see the changing of what is definitions of vaccines, and all of a sudden people are like, well, hold on a second. How did we get to this place? You have the CDC publishing the ethical guidelines and what we're supposed to be doing, and yet the definitions of vaccines all of a sudden are starting to change, and then the goalposts are starting to move with the mask mandates, and now we hear that if your child is getting vaccinated, they're going to have to wear masks as well. Where is that evidence? Well, why are we doing that?
There's never been any evidence for the masks, for sure. We found over the weekend, we found a Twitter account of a doctor who has a mask in his profile picture. He's obviously very pro-mask. And we found a tweet from 2015 where he was praising the decision where the unvaccinated flu nurses had to get a flu vaccine, and the ones that didn't had to be masked, and they won that lawsuit. And he said, well, that's good because we know masks don't work. Basically, it was pretty funny because that is what we knew before 2020. But clearly the goalposts keep moving. I believe Fauci said, well, I just listened to it. Fauci said yesterday that it's not really that they're boosters and needed it. It's just that we don't really know what a full course of shots is. We're still finding out. We were wrong that it was 2 and 3 and 4, but maybe it's 6. We just don't know. We just don't know yet. So keep following our directions while we don't know, and that's what completely just boggles me all the time. That it's fine to not know. Yeah. Say you don't know, but do not reorganize society around things you do not know.
Did you see some of the information coming out of Sweden? Some of the graphs of what's been happening there with cases and how they've taken away all the restrictions, and how, as far as Europe is concerned, they are like at the bottom when it comes to cases. Did you see? I don't know if did you put that out, or did you? I'm sure you saw that chart.
I've seen it. Sweden, I think, has been removed from the map in Europe because we cannot talk about it. We cannot talk about successes. And I'm truly hoping, fingers crossed, I really hope that will be Florida this winter. I mean, last year we had a significant winter wave. I do think that the summer Delta wave, I hope it built up enough natural immunity that we're not going to have a big wave this winter. I hope that, that we've gotten through that now. I mean, we had already started rising by this point last year, and we're not rising yet. So I'm kind of hanging on to that. Right. I think the Northeast is going to see a very, very bad wave. I think that vaccines have made it worse. And then I think there's just going to be major panic and all. And the problem is that panic comes through the national media. And so people in Florida are going to panic, even if there's nothing going on here.
Right.
So
yeah. Now
I mean, the media drives all this. This is why we have the vaccine mandates, because the media is driving so much fear of COVID that everybody wants to hang on to. How can I be safe? And it's that other people are vaccinated now is the how can I be safe?
Right. Yeah. It becomes frustrating on two different levels. One is the fact that if you're confident and you're vaccinated, which is fine, if that's your choice, and, with consultation with your doctor, and this is when it comes to comorbidities and the like, I mean, if this is the choice that you've made, okay. But if you're vaccinated, then why are you worried about me if I am not vaccinated? If I'm one of the unvaccinated, you're fine. You're vaccinated, right? Unless, of course, what you know about it or what you've been told is contrary to what the facts are. And then you have something to be worried about, because you could still get it and you can still spread it. And then we've got another discussion to have. It's kind of a therapy as opposed to a vaccine, although the definition's changed. So then you've got that confusing part. But then you also have the other side, certainly, which is how do I put this? It would just be nice if we could get back to a place get to a place to begin with, you are, where others are not, which is report. Give us the information. Tell us what's going on. We don't need your opinion. We don't need your thoughts on issues when it comes to the media. Give us the numbers. Everybody can handle it, unless you feel like we can't handle it. Even if that's not the case, then it must be nefarious if you're giving us information that isn't factual, when that's your job. I'm talking about the media in general, and places that are putting out this information. That is such a major, getting away almost from COVID and the like, and getting into, the actual chronicle ground, which is the idea that, man, it just would be so nice if we could have just people reporting the facts.
Well, the media isn't about that. For all of COVID, they've been about whatever information increases the fear, and they've deliberately not reported information that doesn't increase the fear. And so you get headlines of the biggest number of the day. If cases are heading down, but deaths are still rising, because that's how it works. Deaths are delayed. Death reports are delayed. Oh, we're going to switch from cases to deaths, and then we're going to switch to who knows what. Yeah. We're not vaccinated enough. Whatever. It's been some report from somewhere else about a young person dying. Whatever it is, it's always about the fear, and they're deliberately suppressing stories that don't support the fear. Whether that's and now it's less about the fear than about promoting the vaccines. And so you don't get Fauci yesterday talked about how Israel is always a month or two ahead of us. Well, they were ignoring Israel when things were going crazy in Israel, even though they're very highly vaccinated.
Right.
They just weren't going to talk about that. Like that they couldn't explain it, so they didn't talk about it. And it's clear everywhere that vaccines do not. Europe is going nuts. Right. Except for Sweden. It's just vertical lines on cases. And right. Why? I mean, they have all the vaccines. They're vaccinated. What's going on?
Right.
What's going on is that for whatever reason, nobody will talk about it. The vaccines are making it worse. Universal vaccinations is making it worse. And they may have a private benefit.
Yeah. And I think before we go, I might just say this, and you can comment on it. The fact that my concern is when you talk about a spike in cases possibly happening and getting ready to pop in the Northeast in certain areas, I worried about the political side or the use of monoclonals. The fact that I think a lot of what we were able to stave off in other places was that availability. And I'm concerned that it won't be the same in those areas when they could be helping to save lives and doing things with therapeutics. And that's not the only one. And this idea that those would be taken out of the equation is outrageous, especially when we know what could possibly be coming and what should be done. And so that part of it as well, I think a lot of that could be helped and managed if there were people that were willing to do that. But it almost appears as if they just don't want to.
I share that concern. I do think that the good states, blue states, I think that they will have access to monoclonal antibodies. I think that removing it from Florida was punitive in a way.
Yeah.
We will have something going on here this winter. We do have a winter stimulus. I don't know how much it will be. I do want to encourage your readers to go to one of these sites that have the telehealth appointments, or go to, there's a site called SevenCells, SevenCells.com in Stewart, where you can just buy ivermectin. They have their own telehealth, so you fill out a form and their doctors approve it, and they'll ship you ivermectin. And I just encourage you to have a COVID kit on hand. There's no time to wait. If you do get COVID, if you've had it already, don't worry, you're fine. If you haven't had it, have a treatment plan, have a COVID kit on hand. Don't wait to go to the hospital and be stuck on a ventilator, please. So we're in a place where you have to take care of yourself, and you have to figure out what you're going to do if you get sick.
Yeah, no doubt. Proactive as opposed to reactive is the way we have to be. All right, we'll keep an eye on everything, and you are the best. We always appreciate having you on. Jennifer Cabrera joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, editor of the Alachua Chronicle, contributor to RationalGround.com, the website. All right, Jennifer, we'll keep an eye on this. We'll have you back soon. I hope all the best. Thanks so much.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, see you. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. Coming up next, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Guys take pride in their performance, and they love $77777 and find out about Pulse ED, the revolutionary ED treatment that can fully restore your sexual function without needles or surgery. In just 6 quick, easy, non-invasive sessions, Pulse ED can restore your performance and your pride.
My bedroom's rocking now. You want to hear about it?
No, we can't do that on the radio.
You sure? Because I really want to talk about it.
No, we're good. To schedule your Pulse ED consultation, call 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777. Or visit FortMyersMen'sClinic.com.
Get up and go now so you can go tonight.
It's Medicare open enrollment now through December 7th. That means it's time to look at your coverage options. Whether you're almost 65 or been enrolled for years, you have a choice and the chance to pick the best plan for your lifestyle. Millennium Physician Group is here to help with our Medicare Connect program. Learn the latest plan options, compare coverage, and enroll. Visit yourmedicareconnect.com and live your best life with the best Medicare plan for you. Millennium Medicare Connect. Visit yourmedicareconnect.com.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with the most important radio ad I've ever recorded. My message is this: taking back the White House is important, and regaining our majority in the U.S. House and Senate are critical. But the most important vote you will ever cast is for your local school board members. The Lee County School Board has been hijacked by progressive radicals. They get elected because in Florida, school board candidates are allowed to hide their party affiliation from voters. This is wrong, and I've filed a bill that will allow voters to know the party affiliation of every school board candidate on the ballot. Let's put an end to liberal Democrats sneaking into office in our conservative community. This is Spencer Roach, and my top priority is to send these radicals packing. I believe that parents, not government, know what's best for their children, and I will use all the powers of my office to defend your rights. Remember this: it's your school board, and they work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pugh with Melanie Pugh Gentle Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. I'm a long way from my hometown in Frenchburg, Kentucky, but I'm not far away from the values that I learned there. Take responsibility, work hard, do a great job, and treat people right. The world has gotten crazy, but I want you to know that when you step into our dental office, we follow those same values that I grew up with. That will never change. Learn more about us at drmelaniepugh.com. That's Melanie Pugh, Pugh.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
New crash coming out of Collier County. This is at the intersection of Santa Barbara Boulevard and Green Boulevard where they intersect, causing a significant backup on Santa Barbara Boulevard heading northbound. If you're going towards Pine Ridge Road, traffic is delayed significantly in that area, but Collier County in general, just a lot of congestion for this time of day, not very unusual. Immokalee Road and Vanderbilt Beach Road, both seeing backups east and westbound around where they intersect with Logan Boulevard, as well as North Goodlet Frank Road and the downtown Naples area in general, just seeing some slowdowns. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the coolest start many of us have seen since April, we will see our high temperatures return back into the upper 70s this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. We'll see those highs climb into the 80s by tomorrow and continue that run of 80-degree high temperatures into the up-and-coming weekend. Isolated to scattered rain chances return on Thursday and also continue into the weekend as well. We'll see those wind speeds pick up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northeast today, with no activity expected in the tropics at least until this weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rose.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News, and we've been right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you've heard me talk about DeVoe and their long tradition with Cadillac, now serving Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated dealership for more than 50 years. Now, right from the beginning, the DeVoe family, well, they have embraced commitment to the quality that Cadillac represents, and I've owned a bunch of them in my life, and it shows. They've always stepped up as a generous corporate partner. Right now, DeVoe Cadillac is planning their All-American holiday celebration to benefit Wounded Warriors of Collier County. How great is that? This will be an amazing event. It has live music from the Johnny Rogers Band. That's at 4:30. Followed by top 5 voice finalist Ben Allen and his band from 6:30 to 9. Tickets are only $75. That includes food and drink. All proceeds go to Wounded Warriors of Collier County. Thanks to our friends at DeVoe Cadillac. Check them out at DeVoeCadillac.com for more information and tickets. Get to know DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right there in Naples.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift-giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have 2 Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's ultimate Beatles tribute, live at Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall at FSW December 1st. Tickets on sale online at bbmanpah.com, by phone at 481-4849, or at the box office. Relive the 60s and 70s with this year-for-year Beatles replication, playing some of the greatest songs of all time. The Fab Four, December 1st.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. All right, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5. We're a little late. Looking at the clock. Yeah, it's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
I talked to a lot of truck drivers and preparing for this segment, and most of these truck drivers were people of color, and they talked about, hearing some of the racism over the CB. This is, again, an industry populated by a lot of white men over the age of 55. This group of people overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Some people have talked about, aggressive truck drivers, cutting them off or not being helpful. So obviously, the more populated it is with people of color, I think you'll see less of that. But how can you encourage people to come and disrupt this space when it seems a bit unwelcoming?
Well, it is unwelcoming. So there you go. Not to be outdone by anything else that they could possibly say that would be outrageous. There's MSNBC over the weekend who just wants to let you know there's a lot of white people and Trump supporters that are truck drivers in this country. So that means that they're racist. A lot of racists in truck driving. And we got to get some more people of color in there to get rid of that from happening. So there you go. MSNBC pushing the narrative. I know there it is. Moving on.
Number 4. So 1 in 4 Americans, according to a new survey, have experienced some kind of loss of income as a result of higher prices. The president has expressed concern about this. I know that you are working on different fronts to address this, but I mean, how urgent is it, and how, is there any sort of specific concern that this is going to affect not just political outcomes, but just the overall economy?
Sure. Well, Andrea, first let me say that, a lot of the talk about inflation, I'm not saying from you, but in general out there, has been, it's become a political cudgel.
That's it. There's Jen Psaki letting everybody know that with inflation and gas prices and the border and everything else, all of this talk about what's going on, it's just a political cudgel. That's all it is. It's just a weapon being used against us. We're doing so many good things, and you got all of these negative people. What's the matter with you? Why are you using this like a cudgel? Don't you see all the positive things that are going on? How could you possibly just talk about the negative? I mean, look at all the positives. Just look at them. Try to find them.
Number 3.
But I think you also have to have some new ground rules for the media. I think they have to stop treating Republicans like normal politicians. They're not normal politicians. This is not normal conduct. This is a party that spends its entire time cooking up these ridiculous cultural memes, fanning violence, and coming up with outright lies. So where is the media?
Oh, boy. There you go. There's Jennifer Rubin. She's a blogger, an opinion piece writer there at the Washington Post. Good stuff. Jennifer Rubin letting everybody know that, man, we got to do something about these Republicans. They're dangerous. It's awful that they even get to speak and that you give them time on your airwaves. We got to have rules that's going to prohibit media outlets from treating Republicans as normal. Just want you to realize how much they hate you. They really do.
Number 2.
We must work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be, but also see it as a moment, yes, to together address the challenges and to work on the opportunities.
What? Yeah, that was the vice president of these United States. It's Kamala Harris in just 20 seconds trying to convince you that she knows what she's talking about, talking to, I guess, some people was she in France? Is that when she made this speech? And is that what it takes to be the vice president of the United States? Jake, I want to do this. I can be the vice president of the United States. If that's how you speak, I can pull this off. I'm telling you. I declare to you that the way we are going will not be anything like the way we have come from, as long as the movement of where you've been has something to do with the coagulation of the process to which you bicate the movement. I sound as good as her.
Can you let me
listen,
talk?
Man.
You have a show, you talk as much as you want.
You seem to talk a lot of junk, and then when I put you on the spot, you won't answer a damn question. Do you condone
I'm answering
violence,
the question.
Or do you condemn
I'm
violence?
answering
You're
the
all
question.
over the place.
Well,
Just
I'm answering
condemn
the
violence
question.
and burning of buildings down. How hard is this?
Okay, so when Osama bin Laden attacked the World Trade Center, did you say America should deal with it peacefully?
You're not answering the question, man.
I'm posing questions to you.
That has nothing to do
question.
with people burning down businesses in New York City. You're not going to answer the question, Hawk, but listen.
Wait, okay, I'll give you this. I'll give you this. I'll give you this.
No, there's nothing
I
else
don't
to get.
condone it. I don't promote it, but I will not condemn it.
Yeah, that's just cowardly, man. That's just cowardly.
No, you're
you
a
stand
coward.
For something.
You know what?
Yeah.
You see,
I'm
you're
a
trying
coward,
to bait me.
Yeah.
God bless you, man. I'm out of here.
Nope.
God bless.
Yeah. You are out of here. You're right.
You are out of here. That's how you see. That's Dan Bongino on his fantastic program Unfiltered. If you've watched it over the weekends, and of course listened right here at the station and listened to his show, he is absolutely amazing, and that's another reason why he is amazing, because that's how you do it, everybody.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
You got to go after these individuals. You've got to have them on your program and not be afraid to have the tough discussions. That is Hawk Newsom. Hawk Newsom is the Black Lives Matter New York City leader who threatened the soon-to-be mayor of the city of New York, Eric Adams, because Eric Adams dared to say something. I mean, this is controversial, everybody. You can't do this, because he wants to have plainclothes anti-crime police units in the city because it's out of control, and he understands that. And I think the people in the city of New York understand that as well. If you've ever tried to visit New York City lately, it's not the way it used to be. There have been some Republicans that we can talk about that have been there in the past that did a pretty good job when it comes to crime and did the right thing. And now you have Democrats who are screaming, can you do something about this place? And there you go. So Eric Adams says, the new mayor-elect says, we're going to get a little tougher on crime. And so Black Lives Matter New York City leader Hawk Newsom threatens Adams over the reinstatement because he said that there's going to be riots and bloodshed. To which Dan said, hey, how about you come on the show and let's talk about this? To which you could hear exactly what he said. And in the end, his refusal to say anything, the refusal to say you don't want riots, right? You don't want violence. Are we right about this? I mean, you could say that, right? His refusal to come out and say that tells you everything you need to know about where we've been when it comes to Antifa and Black Lives Matter and where we're going with this. Look, Kenosha in Wisconsin is going to be a place. I don't want to say tinderbox. I hope not. But it's going to be a location that's going to be talked about a lot today and tomorrow as the Rittenhouse case is going to finish up. And as you heard in the past, there are plenty of people who have video and pictures of the jury. They know what the judge looks like. They've talked about how, hey, listen, we got pictures. We know what you look like. We may even find out where you live. The doxing of juries because a decision may come down that they don't like, which could result in what some won't criticize, which is what may end up happening on the streets of Kenosha and maybe even other cities around the country if you don't get the verdict that you want. And how much of that is going to happen in the future when it comes to other things that you don't get? Is it going to be like that on a Supreme Court decision? Are we going to get something like that if Roe v. Wade is going to be changed and brought to the states once again where it should be? Are we going to be talking about that when it comes to Build Back Better and how, listen, we're not going to be getting a paid child leave, paid child leave? That would be really strange. Can you pay my child to leave? No, we don't want to do that. That's not a good way to be. The paid family leave, that's better. Anyway, you see what I'm saying here. That can't be the way. That can't be the way forward. You can't have a country where there is a political party and individuals who honestly believe that the way to move forward in this country is to have the minority of voices speak for the majority, and to have groups that will be able to riot, loot, destroy, burn down cities, burn down federal buildings, and have those individuals that could do something about it in those cities, in those states, do absolutely nothing because it's a political decision. We can't have that. We can't have it. And we see, if you listen to that exchange, and I would encourage you to go to Dan's, you can go to Unfiltered with Dan Bongino. You can go to his the Twitter account. You can go to Bongino.com. You can go to any of those locations to see this. And again, I would encourage you to watch exactly what took place there to see, once again, how this plays out. It is going to play out with the polls because we know who the politicians and who the party is that doesn't have a problem with all of this and who does. We see the polls coming out now, the awful polls for the president of the United States, even when it comes to a match between Biden and Trump in 24, when we see a 10-point lead right now, according to USA Today Suffolk polling, if you believe in polling. Listen, there are people that aren't excited about polling. We know the names.
I'm really offended personally.
Yep. The USA Today Suffolk poll that found that people would vote for their Republican congressional candidate over the Democrat by 46 to 38%, everybody. We're talking about a 10-point lead right now. And even when it comes to a match between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, he won Iowa by 8 percentage points, the former president. Right now, he's up by 11 percentage points. Now, of course, Republicans can change all of that because you know how it goes. We've got not as long for 22 as 24. Obviously, it's closer. But you know how Republicans love to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. They do that so well, which we'd stop. Please stop doing that. But again, all of these things happen because people see what's going on. Look, you got Jennifer Rubin, who's claiming, for example, you know, the idea that there's got to be rules that would prohibit the media outlets from treating Republicans as normal. They don't see you as normal. You see and the MSNBC people are just like, oh, she's wonderful. She's so spot on. Is she? You know, I'm wondering the MSNBC ratings and the CNN ratings and how they doing? Because you would imagine if they are the voice of the country, you would imagine that everybody would be flocking to MSNBC and CNN to watch. And if you've seen the ratings, yeah, they're not. Like, where do you go? Where do you go? Like, you can't even get comedy anymore that's any good. By the way, I don't know if anybody witnessed this, and you probably didn't. The Saturday Night Live skit from this weekend. Did you see this? I think it was the opening, Jake. Did you hear about the Saturday Night Live opening? What they did was they had one of the guys is dressed as Big Bird, and they're talking about the vaccine, making fun of Sesame Street and the fact that they weren't making fun of Big Bird promoting the vaccine to 5 to 11-year-olds. They had one of the characters dressed up as Ted Cruz and making fun of him for making fun of or being concerned about Big Bird promoting the vaccine to 5 to 11-year-olds. And then they had, who's the dude that's on Saturday Night Live that dates all these very attractive women constantly, and people are like, why does this guy get so many dates?
Pete Davidson.
Who is it?
Pete Davidson.
That guy. So he comes on as Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, who was taking monoclonals and ivermectin and a couple of other things, you know, when he got the vid, right? So they, of course, they go on and they make fun of Joe Rogan, and that's your guy there. What's his name? Davidson, that guy? So here he is as Joe Rogan.
Well, that's right. I used to host Fear Factor, and now doctors fear me.
Can you help me, Joe?
Oh, sure thing, Big Bird. You see, I took Carlos Mencia down. I could take COVID. Here's some zinc, and ayahuasca, and some horse medicine.
Well, why would a bird take horse medicine?
I'm a human, and I took horse medicine.
Yeah, not funny. So there you go. So again, they can't get past the horsey pace ivermectin, right? There was a time when Saturday Night Live was funny.
I don't think so.
You want to hear it? Here's when Saturday Night Live was funny and prescient. Here's Saturday Night Live in the 70s. Dan Aykroyd is playing Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is overseeing an administration that has inflation going through the roof. People were standing online to refi mortgages at 14%. Here's Dan Aykroyd. You ready? This is funny. And again, somebody at a time not unlike where we are right now. Listen to this, Jake. Are you ready? Saturday Night Live, late 70s, Dan Aykroyd plays Jimmy Carter.
Inflation is our friend. For example, consider this. In the year 2000, if current trends continue, the average blue-collar annual wage in this country will be $568,000. Think what this inflated world of the future will mean. Most Americans will be millionaires. Everyone will feel like a big shot. Wouldn't you like to own a $4,000 suit and smoke a $75 cigar, drive a $600,000 car, I know I would. But what about people on fixed incomes? They have always been the true victims of inflation. That's why I will present to Congress the Inflation Maintenance Program, whereby the U.S. Treasury will make up any inflation-caused losses through direct tax rebates to the public in cash. Now, you may say, won't that cost a lot of money? Won't that increase the deficit? Sure it will. But so what? We'll just print more money. We have the papers, we have the mints. I can just call up the Bureau of Engraving and say, hi, this is Jimma. Roll off some of them 20s. Print up a couple of thousand sheets of those century notes. Sure, the glut of dollars will cause even more inflation, but who cares? Everybody will be a millionaire.
It's funny because it's true. And they knew it then. And it was a Democrat then, and it's a Democrat now. Anybody see the pattern here? All right, we got to run. Glenn Beck is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's find out what's going on with the remainder of the forecast, and Nash has it.
After a cool start to the morning, highs will find themselves back into the upper 70s this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're right back